Oh, that is a nice copper coin. But oh, Doug, do you know what time it is?
45 up.
Who says 45 of, Doug? It's quarter after.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that.
Crazy.
Oh, what is this thing, Charlie?
Oh my God.
That's what we dreamed about.
Oh my God.
It's a cob.
Oh my goodness.
It's a silver cob. Oh.
It could be.
I see it right here. It's an Ariel. Oh, wow. Oh, is that it? Doug.
It is a cut 8 real.
Oh my goodness. The other half of yours.
Come on, tell me that don't psych you up for digging things out of the ground. What's up, guys? Hoarder here, and welcome to the first live show after the new year. And I hope everybody out there had a happy new year. I don't know why I do that. Happy New Year. I hope Santa came and delivered all the presents and all that stuff. We got a fun show tonight. The whole gang is here, and we're going to try to review the entire year in like an hour and a half. Well, let me say a couple hellos, and then I'm going to give it. Oh, I see Diggin' Canuck is here from Canada. How are you, Liz? Andrew T is here. NEPA History and Archaeology Search. Tyler James, thank you. His best coin of all time is at 1810 4. I've never seen a 4 real in my life, so I'm a little jealous over that. Congratulations. FLX Detectorist is here. Metal Bree Detectorist is here. How are you, Bree? Relic Rat, everybody, thank you. And I got a last minute special announcement like an hour before the show. I was talking to my friends at Nokta, just, BSing. And he said, hey, will you feel like doing a giveaway tonight on your show? And I said, yeah, I will do that. That's cool. A lot of people always say, you do a giveaway and you announce it, and then giveaway night comes and there's 1,000 people here. So this one, I'm not going to announce it. It's just for the regulars. So we're going to give away some sort of a metal detector. I'm going to think a couple of pinpointers, hand digger, as an after Christmas thank you, because, last minute, like I said. So if you want to enter, hold on, I set this thing up. If I can get this right, because this isn't my forte here. If you want to enter, you can put in hashtag Nokta. Now, unfortunately, these are going to only be for my U.S. friends. So Liz, I'm sorry you can't win tonight. But, the guy doing it doesn't have a whole lot of a budget. But if you're in the U.S. and you put hashtag Nokta in the chat sometime tonight, you'll be eligible. We're going to do it probably about 8:30. I'm going to have them call in and we're going to give it away. So little surprise thing for everybody out there, and you'll win a little bit of gear. But let me bring in some of the gang so we can start this. I think we got to cover the whole year. And I'll start off with someone who's lived a lot of whole years. Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, Jane Fonta.
Yeah, they're starting to get to me.
I think you look good, Doug. I think you look good. Yeah. Listen, your brain's falling apart. Don't get me wrong. But physically, you look good.
Don't you have to have one to have it fall apart?
The little bit you had is like dripping out your ears. But
I
you
did
look
get
good.
out metal detecting today, though, and that's always fun.
We're going to talk about it tonight a little bit, because we're going to quickly go over all the places we've been to, or at least most of them, some of the key finds that we got there, some of the cool stories. And, where Doug went back today was a really magical spot, how we got it, how it developed, the friendship that we still have with these people. And if you already heard the story, you're going to hear it again. But if you haven't, you'll get to hear about, some of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
Talking about behind, let me bring in Rich Van Winkle.
Thank you for not applying that to me.
I just always look. I usually don't bring in Rich third, but if I see a goofy way to announce Rich, I just got to jump all over.
Yeah. I wasn't quite ready, but I'm ready.
I know.
How you guys doing?
If I see like someone, like if I see Charlie in the back picking his nose, I'm bringing him right in. You got to be on your best behavior in the green room, Rich.
That was good. Yeah.
But let me bring everyone in. I'm going to bring in Charlie, who is at his Delaware. Oh, look, I caught him.
Yeah,
Charlie's down at the Delaware home, looking good. Charlie looked extra dapper today. No hat, his hair's brushed.
Yeah.
It
I,
looks
I,
like
I actually forgot my hat, and my wife said, about buying one at a thrift store today. I said, I'm not going to wear someone else's hat.
you look good. You look like you showered, which is a nice treat.
No, I
for all
didn't.
of us.
No,
Oh,
no.
no shower. Okay.
Later.
Later we'll shower.
But we're down here, and it was a beautiful day, by the way. I'm not sure
Oh, yeah,
where
it
you
was
guys
nice.
are.
Beautiful
The sun
up
was
here.
shining,
Too.
day.
about 60. It was nice here today.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. All of us here. Let me bring in the last but not least of us, who had a heck of a good
Rookie of the Year last
Rookie
year.
of the Year award, Lynn Deanna Jones, who I don't know if you caught the best of video. I didn't number them this year. I didn't want to put them in order because who am I to say what's the best and not? I just put my favorites in a clump. And there were only coins. But Lynn, the brand new Rookie of the Year, was in there for several of them. I actually had to cut some out for time purposes. So what'd you think, Lynn, of your first year detecting, knocking off some amazing bucket listers?
Well, I think it had a decent start to the year and a pretty good ending. The in between was a little tough for some reason, but I know that happens, and everybody's gone through it. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, you started off like gangbusters, and sometimes when you start off at the top, you're going to fall a little bit, but then you start to climb back up again. That's all.
Yep. So it always gives you hope to dig that next hole, and hopefully it's something good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, you guys, we all did well. Everyone made the best of video, and not because of mercy from me. I think everyone at least had a couple of really good finds throughout the year. So
And
kudos
Jason,
to the whole gang.
You did great this year. You're doing all that filming all the time. You don't get a chance to detect as much as us, but you certainly did well this year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the guy who puts the videos together, I mean, the whole video could have been all my finds for, I tried to be fair about it though. You know what I mean? Like, believe me, I'm the first one to cut my own stuff out, but I had a couple of good things this year. And we'll cover them.
Right.
But I mean, the best find of the year, in my opinion, was Matt and his flowing hair large scent.
Absolutely.
Which, hard to beat that. And, it's one of those things, and anyone's got a chance for one any week. It's luck of the draw. It's why you dig 500 holes, hoping to get, something super cool like that.
Where Matt found that flowing hair, we went there. There was nothing else around at all. It was like by itself in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
That's what was strange about it. We were all together at a place we were doing well, and he's out in the middle of a field and found that flowing hair. Nothing else was there. It's really bizarre, but yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to keep an eye. Oh, look, here's a new name, Patriot American. I'm going to try to do some of these showcasing of the comments. It's hard because I'm trying to run everything. But, we have no guest tonight other than Mark, who's coming on for 15 minutes or so.
Yeah,
so
he'll be happy to hear that he's no guest.
Yeah, he's not really a guest. Like when you have, there's a Hot Mess Fishing is here.
That's good.
Have you playing? I'm listening, not in the chat. Yeah, Alicia, there's some family issues going on with Alicia. I'm not going to spill her personal business, but everyone keep her and her family in your thoughts. Love you, Alicia. Hope everything's okay. Thanks for stopping in. What was I saying, Doug? You made me lose my train of thought.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Darn it, Doug. It was probably really important.
Well,
Whatever I was going to say. I don't remember what we were talking about. See how easily distracted I get? Yeah, but so before I start bringing in the clips of the year, if you see the banner at the bottom, impromptu last-minute giveaway. I just got a picture too, Doug. I'm going to bring it up.
good.
If you are in America, the country I live in, only because the guy shipping them, can only ship in America. He's going to pop on at 8:30 today. We're going to give away 2 of these, Doug, which is the Advantage Pack, which comes with the waterproof pinpointer, which is like $100. The hand digger with sheath, which is probably like $30. I'm trying to think in my head what it's worth. The finds bag, probably $20-25. The little knee holster, for me, it's like $1 because I never use that, but it's free. Yeah. The hat, whatever a hat's worth. Extra tips. I mean, listen, whatever that is, $150, $170 value. We're going to give away 2 of them at 8:30 today. And then also, I said, Mark, you got any detectors laying around? And he says, yeah, I got the brand new Simplex BT, which we've never given away before, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Bluetooth Simplex. It's a single frequency machine, comes with the Bluetooth headphones. It's a good, solid beginner, intermediate machine. I think it's MSRP at like, I don't even know, maybe $300 or so. Giving one away for free last minute. So if you live in America and your fingers work, type in hashtag Nokta, and we're going to do some drawings at 8:30 as a free little thank you from us and Nokta together. So I want to thank them for, thinking of us, Doug.
Very nice.
Thank them for thinking of us. So you want to? Oh, I know what I was saying, Doug. I was saying I want to keep an eye on the chat tonight. So if you see anything, Doug, like a comment or question, or any of you guys, if you see it, make sure you blurt it out because I'm focusing on 90 things. I might miss it.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit of a relaxing one because I think next week.
If any one of us blurted out, will we be called out for interrupting you? And
no, I won't. No, tonight you get a pass.
Train of thought.
Tonight you get a pass. You get a pass. So let's start in, Doug. We're going to kick in. We got the whole year to cover.
Oh, my goodness.
And I made some rough notes because I didn't want the show to drag on for 733 hours. But I started off with a couple of firsts. 2025, we had a great year. The first hunt of the year was at Charlie's Family Farm, which we kind of went to last minute just because a lot of the ground was frozen. We went in there and we got the first of a couple of coins right off the year, which is a great start. The first one, first silver coin of the year, was found by Dog Tag Doug.
Really?
Do you remember what it was, Doug? Up, hold on. There's a thing from, I forget what you call these things. FLX detector cover some shipping for prizes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Thank you. Now, listen, to be transparent, I'm not shipping this stuff. no shipping it. But listen, I will put it towards.
Don't send it to Nokta.
I'll put it towards microphones and all that. Thank you. Thank you very much for thinking of us. All right, Doug.
To get back to your question, see.
Yeah, you had the first silver coin of the year at this field. It's in your hand right there. Do you remember what it was?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. Charlie, Rich, Lynn, any of you remember what it was?
If I don't remember, I'm sure they don't.
Probably not. Probably not. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to show it to you, and then maybe it'll ring a bell, Doug.
Okay.
It was that black tarnished Barber dime, not far from where we parked the cars. Ring a bell, Doug? No, I don't even remember. Yep. It's probably still lost in the back of your hatch somewhere too. But that was the first. That was the first.
I don't remember. I swear.
Go back and watch the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Wow, it is tarnished. That's very tarnished.
That was a year ago.
I know.
It wasn't like this year.
Listen, the melt value of a silver dime is probably like $93 at this point. Silver's so expensive.
It's getting up there.
You'd think you'd remember. So
I wonder if Doug remembers the next silver coin that was found that day. The next one.
Hey, Charlie, I didn't remember mine. I doubt I'll remember the next.
And I think Charlie's confused because there was only one silver coin found this day. But
it's a family farm. I'm thinking which family farm that we had 4 farms.
Yeah,
remember which one?
Only one. But there were a couple other firsts found on this first day of the year, Charlie. Rich Van Winkle, no surprise,
no.
Found the first copper coin of the year.
Right. Now I know which farm it is.
Yeah. This is the
down the meadow. We have
down
a
the meadow. Rich, do you remember what your copper was? Your first copper for the whole group of the year, which was like January 3rd, I think.
No, I don't.
Jeez, am I the only one that pays attention?
It was a year ago.
What's I'm looking. I just like to make you feel goofy. No, well, I know what it is only because I put the whole thing together. It was a drape bust large cent that I vaguely recall we were confused over because we weren't sure if it was a cap bust large cent. And I'm still not sure because a Liberty cap. They look similar, but I'm going to go with drape bust only because at this point, who cares? So that was another first. And then one other first from this field, from this guy right here, Charlie Harley. You were flexing, Charlie.
Is that Hellboy?
You were flexing.
I look like a sumo wrestler there.
You were flexing. You were proud.
Sumo wrestler or sumo wrestler?
He got something really good. And
I did?
Oh yeah. I'm going to show it here. We were with Jessica. It was only me, you, and Jessica. Charlie got the first flying eagle of the year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Doug, you had just left, but I think we called you in the car because you left
Yeah.
like 5 minutes before that. And then I got a good shot. I have a lot of my fun pictures that I take, but I got one there of Charlie and Jessica celebrating the flying eagle. Coincidentally, we went back to that same field last weekend, the first weekend of January, because the first fields we were at, it was so windy. We tried to get some cover. We went back here and we still found stuff.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. Some spots just keep on giving.
Yeah, we actually went in the woods in the background there because the ground wasn't frozen last week.
Yeah, it's been, and the wind's just been brutal. Yeah. Oh, here's a question, Doug. I'm going to look since all four of you guys missed it.
Okay.
Hey, Quarter Hoarder, can I email you pics of a button I found? Maybe you can identify it. Could you also share with everyone? Yes, you can email it to me, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com. I won't be able to share it tonight because it's just too much involved in the mix. But I'll reply, let you know if I know what it is. And if I don't, I'll save it for next weekend. How's that? I can offer next weekend. All right. Anyway, moving along. That was the first spot of the year. Pretty good finds. First silver, first copper, first flying eagle. We all found good stuff. I'm just trying to highlight so we can move along, Dougie.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't remember. I've made some brief notes. Let me see what this one is. Oh, then the next one, second weekend of the year is, do you remember this day, Lynn?
I do. I'll never forget it.
Yeah, this is the day. And this may have even been before Christmas. I don't remember, but it didn't come out till after.
Right.
Was, we all got together. We got Lynn her very own detector. Before this, she was borrowing mine occasionally. So we got her own. So it's only been a year since she's had her own machine.
Yep.
It was a great day. We were at the 1,000 Holes field and, surprised Lynn. It was a really good moment. Got a nice smiley shot of Lynn because usually Lynn is angry.
Oh,
No,
he never smiles.
Now, Lynn, do you remember at this 1,000 Holes field with your brand new machine you took out of the box, you found something silver that day? Do you remember what it was? The very first silver thing, maybe the first thing you found that was film worthy with your brand new detector. Do you recall?
Oh, geez.
Just testing to see how important we all are.
I thought I found a little silver thing, but we weren't sure what it was.
I might accept that, Doug. Let me see. I'll bring it up, Doug. Let me know if her description, if you would. Oh, this is Rich giving me the silver sign. And it looks like he's like hopping on one foot. I'm not sure what that is. But when I walked over, that's what she had, Doug.
Part of a piece of jewelry, but
yeah, I'm going to say she remembered. I mean, listen, you might not go home and call your friends and tell them you found that, but
not.
Listen, it was your first thing you ever found with a brand new machine. You just pulled out of the box. So kudos to Lynn there. That 1,000 Holes field always seems to give up a few things. But then, Doug, then the magic happens because the next week we went to another field, and at this field. This is I love this picture. I love it.
Lynn's having a bad
love it. This might have been the thumbnail. I don't remember.
It was windy.
The one thing,
Well,
Lynn, I'm going to be honest. This is something I miss. Now, starting in like the summer when it got hot, Lynn started wearing a hat because her hair blows around. It's in her face. Now it's nice and kept in there. But before Lynn wore a hat, I loved the pictures when the wind's blowing and there's like, I would capture like wild hair Lynn and it's like in her face and in her mouth. And it looks like cave woman Lynn. Like that just had a rustic look to it.
That definitely looks like cave woman.
It looked cool. It's in the moment. That's what I loved. But anyway, I mean, if you look at everyone's faces, again, this is Lynn's, I guess, second day using the detector. I don't even think she had found a coin yet. And obviously, you must remember what you found here, Lynn.
Yeah. You want me to say or not?
You could say, yeah. I mean, it made the video.
That was the seated $50.
Yeah, I think I got some pics. There it is. Lynn seated $50. Her first, her second day, first coin she ever found. And I didn't put them all in the best of show. But do you remember, Rich, I'll say, your mom got off to a really crazy start where her first 4 coins that she found spanning across like 3 different weekends. Do you remember her first 4 coins that she dug out of everything?
I remember there was an Indian and the seated half and a trime. And I think there was a copper, but I don't remember what the copper was.
Yeah. Lynn, what was the copper? Do you remember?
The copper was a matron, I think.
Nope.
No.
It wasn't
All right, it was
braided
classic.
hair.
It was a classic head.
Classic head, yes.
Classic head.
So Lynn's first 4 coins, before she dug a clad dime, before she dug a zinc penny, Lynn dug this seated half, an 1809 classic head, large cent, an 1853 silver trime, and an 1890 Indian. Before she dug any of that, that was the first 4 of her career, which is amazing, which gave her Rookie of the Year status, Doug.
Can I say something here?
Yes, you may, sir. Yes, you may.
Nobody knows this other than our group, but she also found something that has not been made public yet.
Oh.
And I wonder if you ever will make it public.
Yeah. See, what happened was...
But it does demean me.
Yeah. What happened was, a lot of times we go out and we might go to a field and maybe together we find one thing, 2 things. So we move and go to a different field. Now, I recorded those 2 things, but it doesn't make for a very good video. If the video is 2 things, it'd be 6 minutes long and it's over. So I saved them in like a bin where I'll add them to another video down the line. And I have to add them to a video that's a similar looking field. We're dressed similarly. So there's some sort of consistency. And that hasn't come up yet. So I don't know what that's going to end up with that. Maybe I'll make it into a short or something. Yeah. But yeah, Lynn did get a 5th amazing. And you could tell everybody, I don't care. It's a quaint family night. It's a quaint family night tonight.
Is it? Okay. Well, I'll let her do the honors.
Lynn, do you want to say what your 5th thing was that no one has seen yet except for us 5?
Well, I feel terrible, but
you want to.
Yeah. If you're going to put it out sometime, well, the best part was Doug's reaction. So you should put that out just for that. But anyway,
I know I have it all saved.
I'm sure everybody's figured it out. I found a flying eagle early on, and Doug cried.
Yes. And the way we showed Doug was great. The reaction was awesome. It was super funny. But I haven't been able to use it. And listen, I have a lot of them. Rich has like 2 incredible bucket list coins that one of them has been like a year and a half or more. Yeah. I just have to hold on to it because we only found like one thing that day. So there's a lot of good things that will get mixed in and no one will be the wiser. Makes it worth it.
Well, because of the circumstances of Lynn finding it, now would be the time to add it because it was, if you remember, 1 coin was dug there and we had to leave because the ground was frozen solid. It took her a half hour to get it out of the ground.
Well, if you remember, I left it in
a dirt clump.
Yeah.
A dirt clump that was frozen.
And let it thaw out a little.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we looked at it.
Yeah. I don't know what'll come of it.
We'll do added to the dismay that I felt.
I'll do something with it eventually. It will come out. But I'm just saying, Lynn has found even more than what's been seen so far.
She deserves the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
It was all downhill from there on in.
Yes. Well, so no, that's not true. But she got all. It's hard to anybody to keep up with a pace like that unless you're rich. Teresa the Treasure Hunter, another moderator popped in. Teresa, how are you? I think Teresa has a cameo in tonight's year end because we got to dig with her once. I think she was in one of the photos. So little cameo of Teresa coming up later tonight too. Oh, and a shout out to Teresa is Charlie told me that Teresa is going to be co-hosting some sort of a show. Charlie, I forget what you said.
Yeah, with in England, I'm pretty sure she might want to explain it herself sometime, but I'm pretty sure and I think it's like the last Friday of the month. Every last Friday of the month, if I'm not mistaken. And
it's a once a month show.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the last Friday of every month. It's out of England. It's a detecting show, obviously. So Teresa announced it recently, and That's pretty cool.
I will keep an eye out, and we'll make sure we plug it. I forgot about it till I just saw her name, but we'll make sure we
Right.
plug it. And I'm assuming it's on the internet so people can watch it.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here she just typed it in. It's called The Dig Show. We'll look for it. I'm guessing it's on YouTube, Teresa, or is it on like wherever you let us know where it is, and we'll make sure we plug it, and we'll all tune in for her inaugural The Dig Show. All right, let's jump back in because we've only covered 2.5 weeks out of 52. Where am I? Let me get my notes over here. Okay. All right. So Lynn, finds the incredible seated $50. And another group shot, which I love. Doug wasn't even here this day. This is one of my favorite group shots. I say group shot. I'm never in the group
I
shot.
wasn't there. Right?
I'm never in the group shots either, Doug.
I think you called Doug from the field.
Yeah, we called him, but I'm saying, Doug
How
and
do
I,
you remember?
because we pay attention, Doug.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, really nice shot there. Just love the blurry background, the proud look on Lynn's face, pulling the super bucket lister out. That was an awesome day. Now to go back, Doug, at the 1,000 Holes field, we went back again for whatever reason, because they'd plowed, we were looking for marbles, and we didn't find anything amazing, but this happened. Now, the ground was frozen, had a thin layer of snow, but it had rained the night before. The rain soaked in, the ground was frozen solid down 7-8 inches deep, frozen. So Rich was just going to town on the signal, like digging a millimeter at a time. And he finally got his prize out, which was a silver mercury dime. But in his effort of chopping through the snow, sliced it in half like a bad surgeon. So we, that amplified his Richard Nixon name, which helped carry through a lot of the year.
I saw it fall right into the hole as I was going down with the shovel the next time, and I cut right into it.
Some people were commenting because I put it on Facebook like a month ago again, as I was like going through a year's worth of videos, clips, and someone didn't believe that a shovel can do that sort of a damage.
Yeah.
And it absolutely, I've cut coins in half. Rich, Rich hit every other coin. Doug scratched. You absolutely can. The ground, when it gets down a couple inches, is like concrete, and that shovel goes in with that force, and you can absolutely, like I said, I've chopped them in half.
Yeah.
So, but Rich has gotten much better, like I said, and if he can make it into February without hitting a coin.
At least he didn't break his shovel.
That's true. He didn't. I will shout out to Excalibur Shovels.
Yep, there you go.
That hey, if you can survive Rich digging, you've made a good quality shovel.
It's extra hard when the ground's that frozen.
Yeah, it's really difficult. I mean, in the past, we would leave. I remember a few fields years ago when Doug and I were out, before I even met you guys. The ground was frozen, so Doug and I detected, and we had a good signal. We put a rock on top of the signal.
Come back in a week.
And then just dig where the rocks were, because we didn't want to hit anything. But
well, Jason, that happened last weekend to us.
You said to us. It only happened to you. I was able to dig. I don't know what. I didn't find a whole lot, but
I could not dig last week.
Yeah, you may have been in a weird spot too. Well, I was able to dig. It was more cold from the wind, but the ground was, it was diggable. It wasn't. All right. Anyway, where am I at here? Rich. I called that picture Rich Sad Face. So let me. Oh, okay. Then we went down to Delaware at an invitation that we had, and I'm not going to go into all of the cool finds, but one of the most notable ones for me, this picture spawned from. Again, one of my favorite pictures, which of course we posed for. Doug didn't really try to attack me, but I just loved how it came out, and I got a flying eagle. I mean, this might have still been in January. This was the best looking flying eagle I ever found. But the problem is when you know that when one person on the team hasn't found something that everyone else found, when you get one, it's very bittersweet because you want to celebrate, but at the same time, your celebration is like rubbing salt in the wound for him.
Yeah.
So it's one of those middle grounds. Now, because we bust each other's chops, I like rubbing his nose in it. But he would do it for me. If he found another 8 real, he would rub it in my face.
Oh.
But that's how it was. So that nice little flying eagle there from me. Then I'm going to run through a couple of them. Miscellaneous hunts, different places. I got that awesome B&O luggage tag from the railroad. B&O Railroad. That's from Monopoly, Doug. That's a famous one. I love that piece. One of my favorite pieces.
You know what B&O stands for?
Baltimore, Ohio?
Correct.
Okay.
You are correct.
Listen, I'm not just a pretty face, Doug.
Yeah.
Not just
You're right.
This find here from Rich, which we had a really good day. I just didn't want to show all of them for the year-end wrap-up. You remember that one, Rich?
Yes.
That was the chicken. The chicken silver heart. I got a close-up of it too. Was that a chicken, a turkey, a dove? What did we? What did we?
My guess is dove, but I don't.
I'm gonna blow
know.
it up real quick. Charlie, you're a bird guy. Charlie, what is that?
I would say dove.
All right, we're gonna go with dove.
Love is the bird of love. So
Yes.
I'm guessing
Yep.
that's what it is.
Yes.
And then I got a couple. I'm going to keep it full screen just for a second. There's another funny one coming up. Got a good picture of Rich posing with the silver heart. Oh, I tried to pause it. Oh, it's okay. Then Rich with that giddy little schoolgirl look on called me over. Had another good find. We always try to see who wins the day, and it varies. Although Rich gets a lot of them, but Rich had another good one here. Was this your first ever? It was a Barber half dollar. If you can't see it, was this your first ever Barber half at the time, Rich? Let me go back one.
I think so. I can't remember. I've only found 2, and I don't remember which order it happened in.
Okay. But let me. Whoops. How do I do this, Rich? Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. What the heck? I forget how to do it.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, there it is. There it is. I was trying to make it small again because I saw someone had asked me something in the chat, so I wanted to come back to our faces. Here it is. I'm going to give it out here from Robert Pops Gramps Spring 3591. Thank you for having a really short name for me to read, Robert. But it says, Court Hoarder, can you shout out my baby granddaughter Elizabeth? She might be your youngest viewer on YouTube. She's only 8 months old, and she watches your video every Tuesday with me. Thank you. Of course, we're going to shout her out.
Wow.
All of us will. So, no, you didn't give her name. Oh, and Elizabeth, yes.
Elizabeth.
So, Elizabeth, I don't know if 8 months old can understand English or not yet, Doug.
Well, when Crosby, Stills, and Nash wrote Teach Your Children Well, that's what this gentleman's doing.
You know what's kind of cool? It makes me think of, Doug? I'll put it back up again. You know how they say, like, when a baby's born, like it knows its mom's voice from hearing it when you were like in her belly all those months?
Yeah.
If Elizabeth watches our show every Tuesday, I wonder if subliminally, like, we'll be familiar to her, where if she's walking down the street one day and she hears Charlie like say, hey, like she'd be like, Dad, like, are we that much part of her life? I don't know.
When she's walking down the street, I don't think I'll be around.
Yes, you will. What are you talking about? All right. Anyway, back to the show. Robert, thank you for you and
That's
Elizabeth
a
watching.
nice.
Yes, very nice of you.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, so Rich, another shot of Rich and Jess with the good thing. And then, do you remember, Doug, the next picture? I'm gonna go back to the full screen. Do you remember the funny thing that we did at this location? I don't think Lynn. I don't think you were there. So, but Doug and Charlie were there. Do you remember the funny thing that we did? Me.
Oh, is that can I say?
Yeah, you could say.
It's just a guess. Was something to do with an outhouse?
Yes. Good job, Charlie. I'm going to bring it up. We did like a funny little skit where we pretended that, there was an outhouse there and Jessica opened the door. It was a double toilet outhouse. And Doug and Charlie were both in there and I blurred the bottom better than this in the video. So it looked like they were like both going number 2 at the same time.
Well, Doug thought it was a skit, but I don't know what he was up to. It started to smell in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, Charlie. You were in there first.
So it was just really funny.
What cracks me up is the homeowner. She kept watching us like, what are these guys doing?
Oh yeah, she was standing right behind me, and we had to. Something happened where like somebody messed it up. I messed up whatever, and so we had to do it twice. So the homeowner's sitting there like she's a regular person, and here we are like taking over the whole area, like doing skits, retaking. But she was a good sport. She was a good sport.
She hasn't allowed us back though.
No, she has not allowed us back. That's true too. Well, whatever. We made ourselves.
No. She's fine.
Okay.
Hey, I dated her years ago.
I know. I remember when
I dated her 50 years ago.
When we did the recap show at the time for this week. I remember you saying that you dated her before Judy.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny.
She's probably thinking now she's glad that you didn't take it any further than the date.
I think you're right, Doug.
That's good. I mean, Doug, 75% of the houses we hunt were Charlie's ex-girlfriends. I mean, he got around.
Charlie was like Washington.
And you guys he
was everywhere and all-knowing and omnipotent.
All right. Anyway, it was a funny skit. If you go back and watch it, it was
funny.
It
was funny. I thought it was cool. Charlie said, "You got any paper?" And I said, "You got any Febreze?"
Yeah, I tried. Doug remembers.
Yeah, well, sure. I wrote the script.
Yeah, Charlie had one square of toilet paper in his hands. It's hard to see there.
That's all we ever use. We're Pennsylvania Dutch. We only use one sheet.
Usually it's a corn cob, right, Charlie?
That's right. We have 2 red ones and 1 white one.
Yeah, got to make it go. It's got to go a long way. All right. Anyway, so we found a bunch of stuff at this house. I'm not going to get into it. I know Charlie had a good day. Doug had a good day. We all had a good day.
We all did well.
But we're gonna move on. The next week we went to this place. Which do you remember the place first of all, Charlie?
Gosh, I'm looking at it. I can't recall.
Doug, do you recall it? Rich, I don't think Lynn was there. Or you were there, were you? I don't remember if Lynn was there. Do you remember who lived next door, which would have been behind me from the angle I'm taking this picture?
An famous person, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you remember who it was?
Yeah.
They were building that famous person. They were building a guest house, like a multi-million-dollar guest house across the field.
Yeah. Well, the famous person behind me was M. Night Shyamalan's house.
That's right.
The movie director.
Yep.
And this house was the one we were doing. And again, we found a lot of good stuff, but I think I only grabbed 1 or 2 of them. I think I gave this one as like Charlie having the best day with some of his finds because, he called me over. I don't know what that look is, Charlie. I just needed a picture. He called me over first for this, which was it looked like a sterling silver pocket watch, and when we cleaned it up, it was the first sterling silver pocket watch I can recall any of us finding. And then I got a good shot of Charlie holding it.
That's cool.
Well, you found one in pretty good shape, Jen.
That's right. I did find. You're right. I just thought about it. That was like 7 years ago. You're right.
Yep.
It was the first one Charlie's ever found. Yeah. Dare I say mine was in better shape. Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. But then after that, Charlie had another good find, which kind of worked out really cool. The son of the one guy came out and was following us for a while. And he was following Charlie at this moment when Charlie happened to get a good coin or a good signal, at least. Pulled it out, got a big old copper. After I filmed it, we handed it to the kid. The kid was cleaning it. We were showing him how to do it, brushed it all down. And it turned out it was this KG2 King George II. I think I forget the date. It was like 1760 or something like that. And Charlie ended up giving it to the kid. So it was a really good moment. And before he gave it away, I got a picture of Charlie holding it because it was the oldest coin of the day.
Better there.
Yeah, yeah. It was the oldest coin of the day. And listen, we find a lot of King Georges. Not that they're not awesome to find, but I'm sure that kid getting it meant a lot more than Charlie because, as you can see, none of us even know where the coins are that we found. So to that kid,
Charlie
it was probably,
must have 30 of them by now.
Yeah, and it's a lot. It's a lot of them. So yeah, that kid was super excited. So I was glad that, really happy to see that. And Charlie, always a stand-up guy. Charlie would give you the underwear off his butt if you asked for him, which Doug has.
I wouldn't do that.
If it was warm.
I wouldn't give up my underwear.
If it was warm.
We see enough of the plumber's crack every week.
And then, and I think at the same house, even though I think she only found one of them this day, she had another padlock. So we came up with Jess's first ever nickname. Rich, do you remember what the nickname was that we came up for at this property?
I do. The Lock Jess Monster.
The Lock Jess Monster. That's right. So that was good. Now she has yet to find another padlock, at least with us.
But that's all right.
That's all right. Do you remember, Doug, when we were hunting with Leroy? 9 years ago,
yeah,
he found a watch fob, and I nicknamed him on the spot the Fob Goblin, which kind of is like a play on the Hobgoblin.
Yeah,
I've known the guy 9 years, has yet to find another one. So some nicknames are like a curse.
Yeah.
But so let's hope Jess picks up a few more padlocks in 2026. All right. Anyway, let's move on. And we're gonna. What time is it? It's gonna watch because Mark's gonna come on again for the giveaway at 8:30. If you can read the bottom of the screen and your fingers work, and you got to live in America, unfortunately. But if you type in the hashtag Nokta, we're gonna do a giveaway at 8:30. You got to be here too, Doug. You got to be here. So if you type in hashtag Nokta and then you leave and you don't come back, if I call your name, you got to be here.
That's how we get them to.
That's how I get you. That's the scam.
That's right.
That's the scam. All right, anyway.
Hey, I got to say real quick.
Go ahead.
We actually have, I think, a viewer from Chile.
The country Chile?
Yes.
Someone from Chile, he spoke a little Spanish.
What's her name? And I'll.
No, it's a he.
It's a he. Give him a shout out, Doug.
Well, I haven't seen him say something again, and
say something again if you're from Chile.
Yes.
Here's a comment from Wendy Davis. I'm looking at. Does Charlie even get mad? I can't imagine him. In all the years I've known Charlie, I don't think he's ever gotten mad. But I do remember one day when Charlie thought he found a big 8 real, and he was so excited. Charlie said some foul language, which is the only time
he had to have his mouth washed
out of excitement. Yeah. And I was like, Charlie, the camera's rolling. And it was the first time I ever had to edit Charlie's potty mouth.
Yeah.
And then it turned out it wasn't. It was like a token.
It was a manure word.
Yeah. It was a word for manure.
On the farm, we had lots of manure.
Yep. So what happens? Usually,
our friend from one level beyond manure.
I'm looking. Yeah. What Doug? The Chile.
Our friend from Chile is Talca Detective.
Okay, I can't see it right now, but welcome from Chile, Doug. Be honest with me, Doug.
Yes.
If I were to bring up a map of South America, could you point to Chile?
Sure.
You could.
Sure.
All right. He says that. If I had a map, that would be the real test, but I don't have one. And I'm sure as I'm moving on with the show, he's already Googling it, so I'll never know for sure.
What's interesting about that, Jason, that's what I had for dinner tonight.
Chili?
Yeah.
We're glad you're in Delaware, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not together. I'm glad we're not doing that monthly sleepover. All right. Anyway.
Thanks for the warning.
All right, anyway, let me see here. What time is it? 8:00.
Hey, if you had what's that Hawaiian drink.
Coconut milk.
No, well, any Hawaiian drink. What the heck is it?
This is why I don't let Doug tell jokes on the show, everyone.
Yeah.
This is
It
why
was a
I'm
good joke.
the only joke teller.
Yeah. It was a good joke too.
All right, listen. By the end of the show, Doug, if it comes back to you, we'll pick the joke up.
Okay.
Well, right now everyone's hanging, waiting for.
Yeah. I'll
All
bet.
right. All right, anyway, after this one, where am I in the thing? Oh, after this one, Doug, Charlie, and I took one of two trips this year up to Cape Cod. And unfortunately, the very first day there, there's a picture of us. There's Green Mountain Brad. There's Dougie. There's Eric, the Cape Cod father, Steph, and myself. And, as cool as that
Group is.
Yeah, that's a cool group. And we all found some good stuff. I just got a couple of quick pictures here. We're going to go through. There's Brad with the best looking Nova Constellatio I've ever seen. I saw Brad put out a best of the year video. I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen it yet, but I got to assume that this coin's in it.
I have.
Is this coin in it? It's got to be.
I believe it was, but his best coin was silver. And it's something we all want.
Okay. I didn't see it yet, so don't ruin it for me.
Okay. All right. I won't ruin it for you.
I will say that Brad texted me last week and said, "Hey, Jay, can I use one of the pictures you took again for my best of the year thumbnail?" And I said, "Man, you just use me like an ex-girlfriend." No, I said, "Of course you can."
Yeah.
But no, Brad had the best that weekend of all of us. But we all had good stuff. I think I have a few pictures of it here. Not a ton. This is Eric, the Cape Cod father, who's probably in the chat. I haven't seen it in a second.
I think I saw him. Yep.
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's Eric.
He's poking fun at me a lot tonight.
Yeah, he does that.
I'm enjoying it, Eric.
But Eric, that was a cap bust dime. I believe his first ever cap bust dime. So Eric found some really good stuff on his own. It's nice when everyone gets something. Steph had she had other things too. I grabbed this one of this matron head she had.
Yep.
That was a beautiful condition.
Beautiful shape.
Yeah, one of the best looking ones I've ever seen. So Steph had a good week. I'm trying to look and see. Oh, and then the next picture, unfortunately for Charlie, because Charlie, don't forget, the week before, dug that sterling silver pocket watch, which if I would have said to you, "Hey, Doug, this has got to be the best pocket watch we find this whole year," didn't even last a week.
No, then because
Brad found the gold pocket watch that was like engraved, and I think Brad got like 3 videos out of the pocket watch. He took it apart, rebuilt it, and did all that stuff.
Yeah, technically it was not a pocket watch. It appeared to be, but he determined that it was an early wristwatch. So,
what? A wristwatch?
Yes.
Is that right?
You check with Brad. He'll tell
you.
I
can't listen. I believe 1/3 of the things Brad tells me.
No. Well,
no, I don't
obviously believe in even less.
Maybe I don't know what the heck it is. Some sort of a timepiece.
Yeah, it is.
But kudos to Brad. He had an incredible.
It was gold and monogrammed.
If someone were to text Brad and tell him we're talking about him, I would guarantee he'll pop into the chat. If I texted him, I just don't have time right now. He would have popped in. But anyway, Brad, again, this might even been his best of the year video. I don't know. If it wasn't, it should have been.
Well, he actually only had coins. So,
that's what I did. And that was a last minute decision I did because my best of with the coins and relics was almost 2 hours long. And I said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on here. A few more from the first trip. Doug, with my favorite find Doug had of that trip.
That was great.
The sterling silver napkin ring with somebody's name on it. I forget the guy. George.
Well, I remember that because it was my father's name, George.
George. Okay. So Dougie had a good one. And then I even had a good find, Doug. I'm going to make it full screen because mine's a little more obscure. I'm going to see if anyone from my group or out there remembers it when I show this picture. Get ready. All right, this is what I found. This was a thumbnail that I edited up and used.
Yep.
Anyone out there? I'm going to let the audience go first, Doug, so don't blurt it out.
I'm not.
Does anyone remember what this was? Because this was, I knew it was neat, but I didn't know what it was when I found it. It took a little bit of research. Does anyone recall? I'm going to look in the chat. If anyone gets it right, Doug's going to give them a shout out tonight. Right, Doug? You can do that, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm sure they're holding their breath.
Oh, I think I see it, Doug. I think I see it. Do you see it, Doug?
Yep.
Can you share it with the rest of us, Doug?
Yeah. Dronaholic said it was a sword chain.
That's right. I don't remember what the exact name was offhand.
Yeah, it may have a more.
The next picture.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, you can see that. It's on a sword. I was trying to read Bree's comment. Hold on, let me go back to this thing here. This part's hard. What did Bree say? She said, "Oh, I lost it. I'm terrible at this, Doug. I'm the wrong guy to be doing this." oh, it was FLX Detector. It said, "Are you laying on your?" Oh, I thought he meant like right now, like I sounded muffled or something. He meant this. He meant this picture. Hold on, let me go back. I was laying on my stomach there.
Go on, beeping.
Yeah.
Sword hanger, Knights of Pythias.
Yes, that's what it was. Something like that.
Specific.
Yeah, I was laying on my stomach.
Yeah.
We lay on our stomach a lot. Listen, sometimes you got to have, you got to try to make fun thumbnails. So we put ourselves in embarrassing positions and, try to make it look cool. So that's what it was. And
it's like you pull it so far, and if you let go, it snap back.
That was intentional. Look, the thumbnail,
really?
the thumbnail. This isn't how I found it, Doug. I mean, if you watch the video,
I realized that.
The thumbnail is a visual representation of the video I'm putting out, like a book cover. Oh. So this picture is somewhat staged. Not that Define was staged, but I'm trying to create a moment with the thumbnail. It's like that with every thumbnail.
Yeah, Mark from Nocta says it's tummy detecting.
Oh, is Mark here? Oh, I see him in the green room.
Yeah.
Oh, so he can hear us. Yeah. Well, I'm bringing Mark on at 8:30 for the giveaway. Don't forget, you see it at the bottom. Hashtag Nocta.
And the group is building 249.
Yeah, and I didn't tell anyone about the giveaway. This was only for the true friends that are here week in and week out that also want something for free. Oh, Barb is here. Barb said, got food. She got food poisoning. I'm sorry to hear. Oh, it looks like it may have been in the past. I'm not sure. I'm out of context. But hello, Barb. Let's leave it at that. Yes. Oh, and FLX, not only am I laying on the ground here, but little do you know, from below the jacket, I'm buck naked.
Yeah.
Little background tidbit there. All right, anyway, and then I think there's the picture of the sword chain. And then this was one last picture of the gang, a little group shot. I always forget to get a picture of everyone and myself in the picture. So for me to do that, I got to get a tripod. I got to call everyone over. Everyone's got to stand around while I set it up, frame it, but sometimes I'd be annoying like that because, memories fade. It's nice to get a picture of friends when we're all together. We don't get together too often. So I'm grateful everyone stopped what they're doing, came over for a photo. All right, let me go back. I broke the year into three. I was going to say 3 quarters. That doesn't make sense. 3 trimesters. So we are 1 trimester into the year.
Even quarters. Even quarters.
3 quarters of the year.
But like I was the quarter.
That's true. Like I was saying, if you can't read English, the bottom of the screen, it's scrolling. There's a last minute surprise giveaway. Mark from Nocta is going to come on at 8:30. If you type in hashtag Nocta,
you got to be here the whole show.
You got to be here, not the whole show, but at least when I call your name.
Yeah.
And you got to live in America, Doug. I'm assuming that includes Hawaii, although I know Mark hates shipping to Hawaii.
Well, our friend from Chile is in South America.
I'm sorry. No, I love the Chilean, our Chilean brethren, but he's not eligible for tonight's giveaway. If someone from out of the country wins, I'll mail them a sticker or something. But Mark don't have that. See how expensive it is, Doug, to mail something that's 10 pounds to another country anymore?
Yeah. Yep.
It's outrageous. And Mark doesn't have any budget.
No.
So US only today. But if someone else wins, like I said, we'll give them something else. All right, I'm bringing up the second trimester notes so I can see where we're at. So I think the screen's going to go black for a second as I gave myself a little note so I would know when the second trimester begins. So here it is, trimester number 2, Doug.
Are you pregnant?
I'm not, but this is where the detecting season starts to develop.
Is that Charlie banging his head?
No, in the moment, again, I've said it many times, when you film in 60 frames per second, which is like just a technical jargon, every second your camera's taking 60 pictures. So if you go frame by frame, you can really get some interesting shots that are really out of context. Mm-hmm. So in this shot, Charlie was just adjusting his hat. But if you frame it just right, it looks like he's going like, holy cow. Goodness. Right. But really, he was just pulling his hat down. Oh. So a little tip there for YouTubers. If you film with that high of a frame rate, you can get some really surprising good thumbnails. I only put this picture in, Doug, to refresh your guys' memory as where do you think we were? Look at the mystery person that's with us that is not normal.
That's what I'm trying to determine who that is.
Yeah, you know who it is. Rich, do you know where we are?
Oh, we're
you found some great stuff, Rich. You found
his name was
always
Rich.
Finds great stuff.
Yeah. No, Rich found one of the best coins of the year here. He also found one of the top 3 coolest relics of the year here. And he found another really cool. I mean, Rich had a phenomenal day.
Well, I know where we were because I was.
Save us, Charlie.
Get out of there.
Save us, Charlie. Where are we?
Well, we crossed the creek and muddy flats and everything.
Yes. Yeah, we had to take like the guys. We were in the back of the guy's truck going over like rivers and creeks.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to say his name, but.
Okay.
Well, he was a farmer, like ex-dairy farmer.
Yeah, great guy, and we're going to go into some of his finds. We keep an eye on the time because I told Mark 8:30 on the nose. Let's see here.
If I remember, Jason, that site where we are there, right, standing there, that was done. That area was done by his sister.
The farmers, as I recall the story, it was something like that guy who owns the farm. His wife's sister. Yeah. Bought a metal detector for herself a few years back. It may have been like a cheap one, but went to this part of the farm because they knew there was an old house there. And her, with a cheap beginner detector and no experience, found like 15 copper coins, old silvers, half cents, buttons. And they were showing me a shadow box of all her finds.
Right.
So when the guy said, where do you guys want to begin? Because it was like 1,000-acre farm. We all said, drive us right to that spot. And we found another 15 coppers, and it was amazing.
It was, yeah.
But anyway, let me see some of the things here. Charlie with a great find here. Now, like I said, we found about 15 coppers and maybe 30 buttons. I'm only going to show this one. Do you remember what this find was, Charlie?
I was very excited about it. I was excited and also disappointed at the same time.
Well, why are you disappointed?
Well, I thought it was a Rev War button, but it was War of 1812.
Yeah, a little bit later.
Yeah.
I have a close-up of it. This is the script US button, which was still a really early military button. It's pewter. We were hoping it was the USA Rev War pewter button.
Right, that's what I was hoping, yes.
But still.
Don't get me wrong. I was very happy. But at USA, that's a bucket lister for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. But a great find nonetheless back there.
Yeah.
And then we went up and did around the farmhouse, and we really did well around the farmhouse too. I have some more pictures around there. I'll make these large because I think there's some funny ones coming up so you can see them. This is Midtone Matt, who had a great find. This was a Hard Times token.
Yeah.
And we don't get a ton of them. We might get like 2 a year, but condition wise, they're usually not always in the best shape, but this is a beautiful conditioned hard times token. So we were all really stoked about that one. Rich this was one of my favorite relics of the whole year.
Yes.
This little car. Rich, do you remember? You can talk about it. I'm doing all the talking.
I don't remember the brand or the maker of the car, but that was the coolest car I've found.
That's why I do all the talking, everyone.
No.
Just in case people want to know, like, Jay, you're always monopolizing, because when I throw it to Rich, let him know what it is. Rich, his answer is, well, I don't know, but it was cool.
Does Rich remember? Does Rich remember where it was made? What country?
Remember what country it was made in, Rich?
I
literally reposted it on Facebook like a week ago.
It's Shuko.
Thank you, Lynn.
Germany?
Thank you, Lynn. Lynn wasn't even there that day.
What did Lynn say?
Shuko. That's the company that made it.
Yeah, in Germany.
East Germany. It's actually labeled East Germany.
Right. East Germany. Yeah.
There's another shot of the car. And at the time, we didn't even realize it. It wasn't until later that I realized it. But this little piece over here, if you see where my mouse is, I didn't know what that was. That's actually the key, Doug. Mm-hmm. That you would remove that. You would stick it into this slot and wind the car up. It was a really old, early wind-up toy, like way ahead of its time,
right? For
late 1940s. And then it's amazing that key wasn't lost. The kid put the key back in the slot before the car was lost. So Rich found it 100% complete, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
So it was one of my favorite relics of the year. And if you've ever watched my channel before, if someone finds an open car, convertible, they have to pretend to drive it, and we do funny sound effects. So that's Rich driving the car. And then at the same spot, Rich also found this coin right here, which was a first for him. Oh, yeah. Do you remember what the coin was, Rich?
I remember that.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah. Now we had found, like I said, we probably found 15 coppers in the field. We moved up to the house. We probably found another 8 or 9 coppers around the house, including good ones too. I remember Doug found a Liberty cap. There was a lot of matrons and braided hairs, but this one is one that we very rarely found.
Yep.
This was a first for Rich.
Good shape too.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was, Rich?
The Vermont.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. A Vermont State copper. Now that chip that you see was not caused by Rich.
I did not do that.
But he did scratch it. You just can't see it from this angle. But regardless, I mean, look at the condition of the actual coin, how much relief and detail is still left on it from a coin from the 1780s that sat in that backyard for 250 years.
Yeah.
Right outside their door.
Unfathomable.
Yes.
And we were lucky enough that they let us all keep one thing we found. So I think the guy regretted it after, but he did say everyone can take, one thing. And of course, I mean, you say that everyone's going to take the best thing they found. But we made it up to him. We went back again, found a lot of silver, a lot of buttons, gave him everything. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked out really well. Everyone got something.
Can I give a little story to this?
Yes, you may, sir.
Particular find. We're in that yard, that part of the yard, and there's a ladder laying across the yard. And I said to Rich, grab that end, I'll grab this end, and we'll move the ladder. And you start over there and work to me, and I'll work towards you. Don't you know he got the right end of the ladder?
We both had a high tone, and we were digging him at the same time. And yours was a penny, right, Doug? And
yeah,
Doug's was junk.
I got screwed again.
Hey, listen, you got screwed. You know how many things I dug around that house, Doug?
What were you doing while we were digging copper?
Here's what happened. I don't know if I ever told the story or not. We get to the house, and I told you the woman's sister found all those coins in the field. So when we went back day 2 to do around the house, the woman says to all of us, hey, I'd love one of you guys to come in and let me know what each thing is. So of course it's me that goes in. So I go in the house for over 2 hours, going over every coin, every button. She's writing it down by hand, taking notes. So after 2 hours, I'm like, oh, finally I get to go outside. Well, I walk out the door. Every one of you have 11 holes open. So I go around, film all these holes. By the time I get to number 11, well, the first guy's dug 3 new ones. And I didn't dig a single hole in that whole yard with all those coppers and buttons. I was that day stunk like butts, Doug. Stunk like butts. That's when Rich started wearing the GoPro. I said, enough is enough. I can't be everywhere. Someone else, in retrospect, should have went in and worked with her with the coins. All right. Anyway, I forget. Now I'm frustrated.
Well, I did my part. I got the permission. So.
That's great. And I got to help someone go over their kitchen utensils.
You know what, Jason? One thing that I do recall, he was very surprised that we found as much as we did, because I think his sister-in-law or whatever, I think she was detecting quite a few times, and when we went there, he was very surprised what we all found.
Yeah, he was surprised, and I was surprised too. We found as much as we did, but listen, we're professionals. We're professionals, Charlie. That's an embarrassing thing to say right there, Doug.
Yeah.
What time is it? 8:22. 8 more minutes, and I'm going to bring in Nokta for the giveaway.
248.
Don't forget, you got to type.
All your friends.
They got to type in hashtag Nokta. No, Doug, they're not going to call them. They want to win. They're not going to call their friends. You got to type in hashtag Nokta. And Lynn, where do they got to live?
In the United States.
Thank you, Lynn. They got to live in the United States. So 8 more minutes. We'll continue on a little bit, and then I'll pause. Where am I? Let me get my notes together. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. A few more cool finds from this house. I mean, there was a ton of them. If you were going to go back and watch, a few videos of great finds, this would be one of the ones I would have picked from the year, where there was just such a plethora of cool things.
What did we get out of that? 3 or 4?
I think 3 or 4, but they were packed full of good stuff.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Doug dug this legless dog, which I had to get in there because he's dog tag Doug.
Yeah.
These are some weird ones too. Charlie had that. Oh, this was a super cool toy. It was like a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a toy of an old stagecoach. I'd never seen one before. I just thought it was wicked cool. And then another funny one. This one was great because I'm sure Rich has no recollection of this, but Rich dug this silver. Do you remember digging this, Rich?
I do.
Oh, do you? All right. So Rich dug this silver ring, and when Rich finds a silver ring or a gold ring, what do we do, Rich? What do I make you do every single time?
You make me fake propose to people.
That's right. That's right. So we knock on the door, we get the woman of the house to come out, and I film Rich doing a fake proposal. We've probably done this like 9 times with different people, and they all are such good sports, Doug. Like I said, don't forget, everyone, we're all total strangers to these people.
Yeah.
And, we try to make it fun. We include them. But I mean, there's a fine line between including someone and getting kicked out. They were such great sports. And the lady came outside. I think she had just had knee surgery recently, but she still came out, played along, let Rich in the video do this fake proposal. Her husband standing right to the side off camera laughing. That's really the magic. The other, the finds are great, but it's all the stuff behind the finds that's really the magic.
Well, I've said it before. I'll continue to say it. We try to become friends with these folks that have been nice enough to let us hunt their properties, and we like them to endure just the time not just the time we're there, but forever. So
yes, absolutely. And we're going to get into more of that as the show goes on, because we had some property owners that just, we've stayed really good friends. Yeah, very good friends. Very good friends.
Yep.
I think I mentioned at the Christmas party that we do at Lynn's house, or the summer party we do at your house, Doug, every year. We invite homeowners, they come. There's homeowners that came to Lynn's party that we hunted their house, 3 years ago. So it's nice. I'm glad that we stay in contact with a lot of these people. And a lot of them, years after the fact, will call us up out of the blue. Hey, my niece bought a house. My cousin bought a house, whatever. I mentioned you. Give them a call. So they're actually leads too, which is which is really great. Really great. So if I can give any advice out there to anybody, be friendly. Be friendly. That's good advice, right, Doug?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's a question, Doug. I'll pause for a second. I don't know if I want to start the next one yet because Mark's going to come on in a minute.
Close.
But here's a question from Wendy again. Have you ever had a bad experience with a homeowner? Yes. Yes, we have. I've been kicked out of a couple houses. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But this year, Doug, we had, I don't want to, it could have been a bad experience where when we went to the door, the guy kind of threatened us with a gun. Do you remember that, Doug? And then we won him over.
Yes. Yes.
How do you forget that, Doug?
You got to clarify.
That's the cliff notes.
He didn't have the gun in his hand.
He didn't have the gun in his hand. If that helps.
The implication was he's a good shot. And his trigger finger worked well.
Yeah, he didn't know. Doug got the permission during the week from the guy's wife. Said we were going to go back on the weekend. The guy's wife forgot to tell the husband. We show up on the weekend. The wife's not there. So 5 people pull in his driveway and 4 cars get out, pulling this gear out. The guy thought he was being raided, I guess.
Yeah.
And came outside not so happy. But after some fast talking and lots of smiling, we actually became good friends with him, Doug. He put me in his Kubota and gave me a tour of the whole, me, who always misses out, gave me a tour of the whole property, the whole thing. And really nice guy. Turned out that we really enjoyed it. We'll get into him.
We found some good stuff there too.
Yes, we
did.
That
kind of reminds me when we were up at the Cape, we went to this place to detect, and here it was the wrong place, accidentally the wrong place. And the park guard came.
Yeah.
And she saw us detecting there, and she was like surprised because you weren't really supposed to be detected there.
Yeah, we tried to talk about that, Charlie. we try not to talk about that.
She was from Harleysville, and she knew.
Charlie continues to talk about it, Doug, even though I specifically said let's not talk. What happened to Charlie? Where'd he go? Oh,
but listen, hey, I know people all over. You guys must admit, I know a lot of people. I saved your butt that day.
Well, I don't think we would have been arrested, but there was a misunderstanding. It worked itself out. We'll leave it at that, and we're going to move on. What am I? Oh, all right, Doug. I'm gonna bring in Mark real quick. It's 8:28.
Yes.
So if you didn't already enter, again, it's a family show tonight, Doug. Not as many. We didn't advertise anything. If you didn't already enter,
272.
Yeah, I have 193 people entered so far. You got a few more minutes. If you want a chance to win, let me go back again. I'm gonna lose my spot in the slideshow.
Tell everybody what
Rich, remember the last picture was you proposing, so I can go back. Don't forget, okay. Rich.
I won't forget.
He's gonna forget. He's gonna forget. Anyway, let me bring it up again. If you're new here on the night, our good friends at Nokta, last minute before the show, we had to throw all this together, graciously said, hey, if you'd like, they are going to donate tonight 2 of these Advantage packs, Doug. Each Advantage pack comes with the waterproof pinpointer, along with the holster for it, comes with the Nokta hand digger, along with the sheath, comes with the fine bag, it comes with the leg holster, comes with the hat, extra tips. It's probably, I don't know the exact value on it, over $200. We're going to give away 2 of them. And we're also going to give away a Nokta Simplex BT, our first time giving that away, Doug. Single frequency machine based off the original Simplex. The BT stands for Bluetooth, which is enabled, comes with Bluetooth headphones. That's a over $100 value right there.
Yeah.
And you can use those same Bluetooth headphones on a Legend or a Triple Score, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. It comes with Bluetooth headphones.
Yes.
So we're going to give away 1 Simplex BT. We're going to give away 2 of the Nokta Advantage packs. And the man who's going to help give this away is right here, if I can bring him up on the big side. Darn it. Hang on. You can't even see. I'm terrible. There he is. Let me do this, Mark. I'm going to do this. I'll make you big, Mark. Look how handsome.
Get that off the screen.
And look at that professional, too. Listen, I know he does not walk around all day with that Nokta hat on. But to look the part, Mark puts the Nokta hat on. Mark, welcome to the show, my friend. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, I do wear it like at home more than at work, just because I guess the professional setting, but I like wearing hats, going out on walks and such. But this is a great hat. It was a gift to me from one of our distributors in Australia, actually.
Oh.
And it's got a little bit camo flair on it. So we'll have to start making these, I think.
Yeah, Nokta did have it. I don't have it here. At one point, Nokta did make a camo hat. It was all camo, like the one I wear, and it said Nokta on the front. I really like that one. I picked one up at the Missouri hunt like 2 years ago, and somehow in the travel back home, I misplaced it. So,
and you're hard to please with hats, right? Like there's a thing behind that.
Well, listen, I have some, like everyone out there has some weird idiosyncrasies. One of mine is this is my look. I wear this every day wherever I go.
In the shower.
So people have asked me before, hey, would you wear this hat? Would you wear that hat? I can't do it. This is the hat that I wear all the time. So if someone gives me a hat, I'm incredibly grateful. But I tell them, look, I just can't do it. I'll wear a shirt. I could do that. But this hat, it's surgically glued to my head, Mark. It's surgically... No, anyway, but Mark, I wanted to say thanks. Like I said, this came together last minute. So I'm very grateful. Not only one, but two of the Advantage packs, which are filled with goodies. If you're an experienced detectorist, if you're a new detectorist, everybody needs a pinpointer. Everyone needs a hand digger. Everyone needs a finds bag. Everyone needs a hat if it's sunny outside or rainy. So we're going to give away two of those in a second. Make sure you put in hashtag Nokta. It's been running at the bottom of the show. We'll draw two winners. You can't win both. If you win one, then you've won your prize for the night. And you have to live, tell them, Charlie.
In the United States of America.
In the United States. Every time I've done this, someone won from Canada. Not that it's their fault, but if you are outside of the U.S., unfortunately, we cannot ship it to you. I've used up too many favors calling distributors from other countries. I can't do it again. Can't do it.
And we will ship to Alaska and Hawaii.
They will ship to Hawaii and Alaska. Thank you, Mark. Will you ship, Mark? I'm not. Never mind.
You were going to do Puerto Rico?
No, I was going to do a joke about. Forget it. That would have been horrible.
Okay.
All right. Then, not only are we going to give away two of the Advantage packs, but we are going to give away one of the Simplex BTs. Mark, I know that you might not be the best person to ask about the inner workings of the BT, but can you tell us anything about the machine? Because we've never given one of these away before.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people are familiar with the Simplex Plus, which is the predecessor to all the three new Simplex units, which were the Simplex Lite, the BT, and Ultra. And each one has a little bit of different settings, with the Ultra having most of the settings from the Simplex Plus and then some. But the Simplex BT is also fully waterproof to 16 feet.
Oh,
it's
that's
a single
great.
frequency unit. So this actual unit would be great for inland Civil War hunting. It goes really, really deep on relics, on bullets, things of that nature. And the beach mode, surprisingly, even though it is a single frequency, I always had issues with other brands, other models. But for whatever reason, it does pretty decently, especially more so in the, I would say, not just dry sand, but like not in the water. But I was really surprised by that, which, it is single frequency. So I'm not sure how the engineers did that. But double decoil, carbon fiber shaft. It's just a really good machine for the price point. And when we were talking, I was thinking, I want to give back. 2026 is here. We don't do enough of these things. It's fun to come on and say hi to you and the team. So, it's just really organic and, spontaneous, and it's fun to be here. So thank you.
No, I appreciate it. Like I said, it was a last minute thing. Mark's always been a stand-up guy. I try not to ask him for things unless it's like a special occasion show. So just out of the blue for him to offer, I want to thank Mark and Nokta for their generosity. And best of luck, everybody. We're gonna draw 3 names, Doug. Now, with any drawing, you start off with the smaller prize. So here's what we're gonna do. And I have to get rid of the picture, Doug, because I have to share a different screen.
Sure.
So let me stop this, and I'm going to share the other screen so everyone can see what's going on. So there is transparency, which is always nice. All right, so here it is, Doug. I've been collecting the names the whole night. So there's 210 people entered. We didn't advertise it, didn't know about it before the show. So the true people that are here a lot have a much better chance than when we advertise it and there's 1,500 people in here. So we're going to draw 3 back to back to back. You got to be here. How do I know you're here? You're going to say I'm here, and you got to put your zip code into the chat. So if I call your name, get your fingers ready, type your zip code in. That way, A, I know you're here, and B, I know you're in America. I'm going to give you about a minute or so, which should be more than enough time for everyone out there to type in 5 numbers. Just so if you're not here, I want to draw the next person so the whole show doesn't come to an end. So I'm going to draw a name. I'm going to, I'll give you 20, 30 seconds, draw the next name, 20, 30 seconds, and then I'll wait for the both winners to reply. Everybody got it, Doug?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Doug, would you like to do the drum roll? I'm going to make it full screen so everyone can see. No, there's no shenanigans going on. Doug, for drawing number 1, give me the drum roll, please. And again, thank you to Mark and to Nokta for the gifts tonight. Sounds like you're choking on a cracker. Don't tread on me, metal DTA ... I'm guessing detecting. Don't tread on me, metal detecting. If you are here, I need a zip code, please, my friend. And we will ship that out. Rich, Lynn, Charlie, moderators, keep an eye on the chat for me, please, while I draw the next one. And actually, where is it? It's up here. Lynn, can you give me the drum roll for the next one, please? Oh, that's good.
That was good.
That was good. You should be a professional at that.
What a tongue.
I know.
Doug, you can't say that. Doug, you can't say what a tongue. Louis 11777. All right, we got another name.
My cousin.
That's what? Oh, that's your cousin, Mark?
I told him to get up. No, I'm sorry. It's not. But
it's not your. Oh, come on, Mark. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be. All right. All right. So we've got 2. Let me pull back a little bit here.
I still haven't seen the first name.
I haven't seen any of them yet. And listen, listen, it happens. People pop in, a giveaway, they type it in, and then they leave. I'm going to give them the benefit. You got a minute. Louis. I see Louis. Yeah.
Oh.
Now, Louis, I need your zip code, my friend. Put your zip code in, please.
He's halfway there.
You're halfway there. There's Don't Tread on Me. I see a zip code and a thing. I got to write that down somehow. Hold on. Let me write that down. I'm going to put his up so I can write this down.
He's here.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah. with a zip code.
Don't Tread is 012. I don't know where that is, but I know it's America. And then I'm looking for Louis. I see Louis is here. I'm just waiting to see Louis's zip code. And then we'll be at 100%. That would be, Metal Detector said both zips are in. I'm just looking for it. I see it.
514.
There is Louis. Nice. Doug, am I doxing them by putting their zip code up for everyone to see? I don't think I am. All right, so like Louis 11. All right, I'm just going to write this down so I can keep track. 462. So Don't Tread on Me and Louis, both of you, please email me quarterhoarder@yahoo.com with your full mailing address. And I think Mark needs a phone number, Mark?
Yeah, like a phone number because I put that in for the tracking purposes. Okay.
So, guys, if you don't mind, if you can give me your full name, address, and phone number, email me. Thank you. Look, Teresa's on it. Here it is. That's my email, quarterhoarder@yahoo.com. Send me your name, address, and phone number. I'll forward them to Mark, and he will get these out in the next day or 2.
You know what, Chase? That zip code, Louis' zip code, I think that's Chile.
Louis, you're not in Chile, are you, Louis? I hope not, Louis. I hope Louis is in America. Now there is a strange looking like Bigfoot looking thing that could be from the jungles of South America. He's from Iowa. Louis from Iowa. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
It's just like it was from Chile. That's all.
All right. There we go.
On the next one, can we have a drum roll duet with Rich and Charlie?
Yeah, you guys want to do we'll do a back to back. We'll see who here we'll drag it out for a minute.
It could be like whoever.
All right, I'll give you one last chance. Let Rich and Charlie do the battle right now. You each get 2 seconds. Whoever's the best can do the official drum roll for the drawing.
I don't know if I can do that. I had too much chili tonight for supper.
Let me hear. I'm stalling. I'm stalling to give any last minute entries. Charlie, let me hear your drum roll. Oh my goodness, that was just terrible.
That's worse than mine.
That was just terrible. Rich, there's no way you can lose this. Come on, Rich.
I'm glad Judy's in the other room.
Let me hear, Rich. Let me hear your drum roll.
All right.
All right, that's good. I think Lynn, Doug, I think you're right. I think Lynn has the best tongue.
Well, Rich,
I can't roll my tongue.
Yeah. Well, Rich inherited that from his mom.
I guess so. All right, let me see. All right, but listen, everyone.
gosh.
Good luck. Good luck, everybody. This is the final one. Again, this is going to be for the detector, the Simplex BT, courtesy of Mark and our good friends at Nokta. And Rich is going to put his magical tongue to work and give me the drum roll for the last winner. Good luck, everybody, and thank you to everyone for participating.
Good luck.
That's your key to start, Rich.
Oh.
You failed in the moment.
I can't really do it.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I never heard that name.
Oh,
Hatui 13 Gaming. Hatui. Now you got a minute. Hatui, if you're here, you've got a minute, my friend. Let me bring you back up again. There he is.
He's a gamer.
Or her. I don't know. I never met them before.
Well, there's a picture of a guy there. So.
All right. You've got about a minute, Hatui. You got to say I'm here, or ideally just put your zip code in, then I'll know you're here and have the zip code. You'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's see. Louis Browning missed it by 3. Yeah, I saw your name come up. Let's see. I'm going to give Hatui a minute. I'm not familiar with the name, so I'm not saying Hatui isn't a regular. I'm just saying I'm not familiar with the name. There's a possibility that Hatui's not here. Let's see.
That's a cool
There
guy.
he is. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Hatui Gaming. And he looks like he's from America, Doug.
Yeah.
Let me write that down. Congratulations, Hatui 13 Gaming. And thank you again to Mark and Nokta. Let me just write this zip code down. So, and Hatui, when you get the detector, if you want to, you don't have to. If you want to, if you get a picture of you holding it in your hand, I will add you and the machine to the show in the future to celebrate your incredible victory. It's always nice you win a brand new detector. You can get out and find some incredible things courtesy of our good friends at Nokta. So Mark, listen, I'm going to get back to our yearly show. Everyone came through. Everyone's in the country we live in. And thank you again. But Mark, I will give you a final word before I cut you loose, my friend.
Again, I already said thank you, but it's really fun to be a part of the show and to be in the chat and see a lot of friendly faces. So thank you on behalf of Nokta. And we're going to do more of this stuff this year in 2026. We're going to be at events this year. We're releasing new products. Legend 2 is coming out very, very soon. So we're all excited about that.
Yes.
And lastly, tomorrow, we're going to be making an announcement with a new West Coast Nomad.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
I'm excited. Now, where will you be making the announcement? I want to make sure I tune in.
On Facebook, Instagram, across our social channels. So stay tuned for that. And probably see that person a lot more in 2026.
I'm excited to see the announcement. If you're not following Nokta's Facebook page, make sure you check it out. There'll be an official announcement tomorrow on a brand new West Coast Nomad. First one ever, I believe.
I believe so.
So we'll tune in and maybe we'll know who it is. Maybe we won't. It'll be exciting to see what it is.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. So thank you, Mark. I'm going to kick
Thank
you
you,
out.
Jason.
You're welcome to hang out in the background, or you can go have dinner because I know you worked all day.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you later, my friend.
See you,
Okay, take
Mark.
care. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Mark.
See you, Mark. Take care.
Bye.
Good night.
All right. Good guy there, Dougie.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get back to whatever I'm doing. And again, congratulations to the winners. Hatui, congratulations. I don't know if you have a detector already, but if you do not, that's really exciting. I hope you can get out and find some cool stuff. It is the hobby of champions, right, Doug?
Yeah, wow. We haven't said that in quite a while.
I just said it. Weren't you paying attention?
I know, but
I know.
up until that, it's been kind of stored away.
I know. I'm just stalling while I bring the picture up.
Okay.
Rich, what picture did I leave off at? Do you remember?
Where I was proposing.
That's right. I was just testing you. I'm so proud of you, Rich. So proud of you. All right, let's get back to the show. And again, everybody, thank you. And listen, Mark was right. We're going to be doing more giveaways this year when that Legend 2 comes out, which will be soon. I already have it set up. I'm going to have Mark and Delic back on. We're going to give away. I think I'm going to try to convince them to give 2 more away. So listen, stay tuned. I will always try to hook up friends of the show. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us all the time.
Jason had 2. He said that's his first detector ever.
That's what I was hoping for. Listen, there's a sticker too from Robert. Let me say thank you. Thank you, Robert Legendre 2296 for the super sticker. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad. Listen, I don't care who won. I'm always excited when someone wins. But in the back of my mind, I am kind of excited when someone that never had the opportunity or, to detect before wins one, because that's great. I don't know anything about the person. So I'm going to paint them as a sad sap for a second, only because it makes my story better. But I picture he's young. He's like 17. He works, but he helps his parents pay the bills. Always wanted a detector, and now he wins one tonight on the Hoarder show, courtesy of Nokta. That's the story that's the story that I'm going to go with, Doug.
Right.
And
Now, for all I know, the guy drives a Lamborghini.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He'll go out his first time and find a flying eagle.
I hope he does. I hope he sends me a picture of him with this detector in one hand, the flying eagle in the other hand,
and a Lamborghini in the background.
Yes, I hope he does. Good for him. All right. Anyway, Doug, let's get back to the show. All right, where am I? Let me try to get. Oh, okay. There's the ring return. Okay, now then things start to
deteriorate.
No. Then things start to pick up, Doug.
Oh.
After this one, we got on to a new property, and things start to get fun from here, and you'll see why in a second. Let me bring this up here. All right. Do you remember where we are in this picture, Doug?
It looks familiar.
It should. You were there.
Yeah.
Did I get the permission?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Your time's up. Rich, you know where we are here? Oh, my God.
It's very hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where you are.
Yeah, you weren't even there that day, Charlie. And Charlie knows where we are.
I know where you are.
I know. Thank you for being here, Charlie, and helping out. Anyway,
Rich.
You'll know when you see the find, Doug. We're at this farm field. There's ice all over the ground. It was like
I was there the following week.
Yeah.
Like 150 acre farm field. It was freezing cold. We didn't find a gosh darn thing all day. But then all of a sudden, Rich pops out this beautiful and his first ever seeded Liberty Quarter. Super awesome find for Rich. Now, we didn't find anything else, so we went up and we decided to hunt around the property, the house. We talked to the guy. He was cool with it. We hunted around the house and didn't find a whole lot, Merc dimes and stuff. But then, and I'm not going to get into the whole story, the guy said his daughter had lost a Tiffany bracelet. And within 30 seconds, like we've talked about before, I find this bracelet. I pull it out, I wash it off. It says Tiffany on it. It was so exciting. It was, the guy was incredibly grateful. There's a picture of the property owner. There's a picture with his daughter who lost it. It was an awesome thing, and I could not have been happier that I took that bracelet home and sold it to a pawn shop. No, I'm not kidding. I obviously gave the bracelet to the. But what made this special is this is a small town in Pennsylvania. So the story that we showed up, these guys, and detected and found his daughter's missing bracelet, that story traveled through the town. And when I say it opened the door for how many other properties for us, Doug?
Well, several.
Several's not a number.
And about 5, and they all were big properties.
At least 5, maybe more than 5.
Yeah.
But it really opened up it, and the very next property, which was the neighbor of this guy's farm, turned out to be this farm. Now, this is the farm where Doug found the Roman hammered coin, which was in this week's video. But it was the farm that we also called the field where sterling spoons go to die. Because in that neighbor's farm, we found, would you say, Doug, maybe close to 100 sterling spoons and broken spoon pieces?
On the low end.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was an old hog farm. Something about back when it was a hog farm, they would get food from local restaurants. The restaurants would scrape the food from the plates in these bins, but silverware would fall in.
Nobody was willing to take the silverware out of the slop.
Just crazy amount of silver, mostly spoons, some forks, knives, and a lot of coins too, but it was mostly known for its silver coins and silver spoons. But some of the great coins that we started off with, Doug's Roman coin, which our second Roman coin, believe it or not, that we found in America, Charlie finding one 2 years ago. But Charlie also had this incredible Liberty Cap large cent there, which had a rotated die when he turned it over. And when the video came out, that was cool enough. We found out after the fact that it was also, it was a 1794 Liberty Cap that had the head of a 1793 Liberty or something like that. It made it extra rare, but we didn't know it at the time. But Charlie got that. It's also the field where Doug got his German silver 1 mark coin, which also made the best of the year video. But the silver spoons, and I didn't put all 100 silver spoons in here. You can go back and watch them.
We got tons of them.
My favorite one was the George Washington spoon that Doug found 2 inches from me as he bottom fed my hole. No, I don't care. I'm happy for him. But can you imagine, Lynn, if the role was reversed and you found that 2 inches from Doug's hole? Can you imagine the conniption fit Doug would have?
Happens.
It would be pretty.
Well, let me explain something to the audience.
Go ahead, explain.
Jason calls everybody over, look at what I found, and share it.
Well, that's not. I call people over for everyone's finds, not just mine.
No. I understand that. But the point is, you want people to come over. Right. Now, you know me. I don't walk across ground without swinging a detector. So when we were done oohing and ahhing over your SLQ, and I remember it was an SLQ.
I'm surprised you remember that. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I start walking away and start swinging, and it just so happens this signal caught my attention, and I dug it. So,
well, you left out the part that it caught your attention 2.5 inches from my foot.
You created the monster. You got to live with it.
Anyway, I'm happy for Doug. I could care less, really.
Yeah.
But that was the best spoon, in my opinion, of that field, and well over 100 of them.
We got some other really nice looking ones, but this was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was my
because of the graphics and what have you.
Now I also have a picture here in honor of our moderator, Teresa, who is in the chat, Teresa, the treasure hunter. This was a spoon she got because she actually came out that weekend and joined us. So our first day at this field, Teresa was there, got this awesome spoon monogrammed, along with, like I said, countless other spoons, relics, all sorts of crazy things. Lynn got that little skateboard guy. Remember, Lynn? I put a picture on Facebook and thousands of people commented on it.
The rat fink.
The rat fink that we didn't know. We just thought it was like some sort of a gremlin. So that was great. And then of course we had the homeowner take this picture for us. So a nice rare shot of everybody, and Teresa's in there too. Not a lot of pictures
right
with
next to
Teresa.
me.
Yep. So we got from, people probably know who you all are, but Charlie, Lynn, Jessica, Teresa, Doug, Rich, me, Matt, and the property owner who actually dug with us there. We called her Muddy Boots. Cheryl is her name. Awesome, awesome person. We've stayed very good friends with them. Doug, to this day, goes back to that field by himself 4 days a week.
No, I don't.
Yes,
no.
you do. Yes, you were there today.
I went there today.
You're there 4 days a week.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Don't believe them, folks.
You can believe me. But Doug's still finding stuff there. It's a really magical spot. But
I found it, and I'll put it up on my page later, and I'll do a plug for that. If anyone wants to join the Dog Tag Doug page, they're welcome to. Just ask me, and I'll approve you.
That's Facebook page. Dog Tag Doug Facebook page.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I did find a silver heart today, and I gave that to the homeowner because it is technically a piece of jewelry, and I don't like taking people's jewelry. So who was that?
It was a chair. It sounded like a chair or a dog.
That's my dog.
That's a dog.
Oh, I thought that chili got through Charlie.
All right. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock, Doug. Let me move this along. Where am I? Hold on. I like to just make sure. Okay, here I am. Let me just make sure. Okay. So this farm we got based off of, in part, from the Tiffany bracelet. And Cheryl, the property owner, got us onto the adjacent property owned by the family. And on that property is where Lynn made her incredible discovery of the gold class ring. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing. If you didn't see it, I did a whole video just on this find. We talked about it before. The local news picked up on the story, covered it. The woman graduated in 1958, Doug?
57 or 58, I
58.
think.
58.
The news covered it. We waited for her to come up from Florida. We did the whole ring return thing. Her whole family was there. There's Lynn sliding the finger on her finger. There she is. Her name was Nancy. Not sliding her finger on the finger. whatever. You know what I'm saying. That's her, Nancy.
And her husband
Wayne. And then we got a group shot. Of course, I'm not in it. I'm never in it. I'm the guy taking the picture.
Yeah.
But that's the whole family. Incredible family. Incredible story. It was awesome. Again, stemming from Cheryl's property, which stemmed from the Tiffany bracelet. That's why talk to people, be helpful, be friendly. One can lead to more, and it's something that we live every year. Wouldn't you say, Doug?
And all those people are our friends.
Well, maybe not your friend, but they like us a lot.
Well, they like the Hoarder group.
That's true.
Excluding me.
It was a great, the whole thing was a wonderful. And look, Teresa said Nancy was adorable. She was. You see how cute she was, Doug? Let me go back.
Yeah.
Come on, what a cutie pie she is, Doug.
Yeah.
So awesome. The whole thing was fantastic.
It was great.
So then from there, we did more properties. This was another one that kind of stemmed from that one.
Yeah.
I didn't find a ton there, but Rich, I put that one in. It was a really cool old taxi badge, just more of a representative of another property that stemmed from there. Then we got one here, another property that also stemmed from that. This property, a ton of stuff was found. I remember this, Matt, who got the Knights of Pythias little charm. Doug, that had the bracelet from Mike Peters, was at this house. Just so many things. Jessica with her first ever. I graciously called it a skeleton key. It's not really a skeleton key, but it's her first fancy pants key,
Yeah.
Just all sorts of great things came from that property. And then we moved on. Now you can see we're dressed different. Fall's starting to come in. We're probably up to the third trimester, Doug. Fall starts to kick in. And the first fall spot we went to was this house. Doug, you got to remember this house, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why I put the horse in the background. Instantly recognizable when you
Yep.
see the horse in the background. Let me see.
That
Rich,
was-
don't say it, Doug. Don't say it, Doug. That's
I'm
going to
not
be the
gonna say
question.
it.
I know you blurt things out. Rich, do you remember the horse's name?
Peanut.
I didn't think he was going to get it, Doug.
Yeah.
Is that where you were going to blurt out, Doug? I could see the excitement.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to give Charlie some credit for that great permission. We actually had two houses next to one another, and we got some really good stuff in both of those.
Oh, that was a fabulous one. I'm not even going to go into them all, but we really had a spectacular day there, and it was kind of spread out. Here's one. Rich had a beautiful 2-cent piece, along with countless other things. Doug, double-fisted George Washington's. Double-fisted George Washington. Doug with 2 silver quarters.
Takes 2 hands.
Myself with the seated dime that was in the clump that made the best video. We all did great there. Charlie, silver 64, 90% silver Kennedy half.
Yeah.
There was all sorts of stuff. Classic head that I dug, 1809. Rich had this awesome Dragon Slayer Canadian large cent from 1854, Bank of Upper Canada. Awesome. But on top of that, Doug, weeks later, myself, Charlie, and Jessica went back and did the guy's farm across the street
after the hay was cut.
And in that field across the street, Jessica got the big this punched up drape bust large cent. Yeah. I think I have a close up of it with all the holes, just really unique that they tried to turn it into a game piece. And I also at that field got another coin that made the best of the year, which was this super cool silver 50-cent centavos, which amazing coin, but I just loved how the clip came out. When you capture things live and someone's standing next to you, I just love the excitement, the in the moment banter, and that's what really made it special. So, that property was incredible. The house, the second house across the street, just really, really good.
Well, the real neat part of this, the house that we found all this stuff at, the guy came down where we were parked for another field, and he was cutting the grass, and he was wondering who's parked in this little area. So Charlie quick ran over there because we were actually doing permission on another property owner's field. And Charlie went over, explained everything, and the guy said, all right, come on up and do my house. And it turned out to be a real winner.
Yeah, it was. It was a super good last second, sort of a coincidence sort of a thing. But yep, Charlie knocked it out of the park. A lot of these permissions, you always go, you never know. It's one of those hobbies where you can get a place on paper, and we've had several of them. House is super old, the land's super old. We go there and don't find a gosh darn thing. And then you get a place like this right on the main drag. You'd think, oh, someone must have hit this before. And we have a phenomenal day. It's a crapshoot, but that's part of the thrill of it. You don't know. There's no guarantees. But that one did turn out to be a winner. All right, we're almost done. We're getting into late fall now. I'm going to try to fly through some of these. I appreciate everybody still hanging in there. So then after that was total darkness. No. This was a second trip. We took 2 trips up to Cape Cod this year. There's Eric again with a matron head. I think he's still in the chat, the Cape Cod father himself, Eric. Again, we meet up with Brad and we go up. It was a lot of fun. Next time I'm going to try to get some more behind the scenes stuff because we all stayed in an Airbnb. This one was really nice. No complaints, but just a lot of funny things that go on that aren't necessarily meant to be recorded that are funny. Next time we're going to do more of that. I like to think that we were influential in bringing Brad from
Vermont.
from being a little more shy to being a little more out there because we're so loud and obnoxious, right? Yeah. We're probably bad influences on him, but at the same time, I really enjoy spending time with Brad because we're so different, but we get along so well.
Yeah. Thank you, Teresa.
What happened?
Teresa put my Facebook page.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go check it out. Dog Tag Doug on
Okay.
Facebook. If you go to Facebook and type in Dog Tag Doug, I can't imagine there's more than one.
Yeah, you can go to Google and put in Dog Tag Doug, and I come up.
There we go. There we
That's
go.
how important I am.
You are the number 2. Anyway,
Type in the 10 most wanted, and Doug comes up.
yes.
That's right.
Doug comes up in all sorts
That's
of.
right. Yeah.
So some finds from the second trip. That was that awesome bail seal I got that had a date
Yeah.
on it.
Oh
Doug.
yeah, yeah.
And I even got Brad doing the goofy
Even
poses
Brad
that we
was,
do. Oh yeah, Brad is he's a good sport. You know what I mean? Doing the over the top background things. Charlie again had a beautiful KG2 farthing in tremendous shape.
Yeah.
Very successful hunt. We always do well. Doug had that incredible Masonic ring that was made for like Andre the Giant. What's weird about this one, Doug, is when the video came out, I'd be surprised if there was 2 people that commented on the ring.
Yeah.
But I put it on Facebook like a week later, literally, I think almost 7,000 likes. It was shared over 150 times to all these Mason groups across the country. So many people were messaging me. They wanted to buy it. Would you donate it?
I still haven't heard from any of them.
Well, I'm just saying the point is that the YouTube video no one really mentioned that.
Yeah.
But on Facebook, it just went bonkers. So
yeah.
But kudos for that awesome. I loved it. That's why I put it in the video.
Yeah.
I respect you, Doug.
Thank you.
Brad, seated dimes. I'm just going to fly through myself with a knee buckle. Tyler, who didn't make the first round, but he was with us. Beautiful Conestoga bell. Always have a good time up in Cape Cod. And there's a shot of me and Brad on the last day. My good buddy, Mr. Brad. I have so many funny pictures. I'm going to have Brad on again soon. I don't want to get into it too much now, but Brad and I do this funny thing where if we're texting each other, like one of us, it's hard to explain. I'm not even going to explain it. When he comes on, I'll do it. You really need to see the photos. Forget I said.
Now
I know. Listen, that was a terrible. I know that was like something you would do. I apologize. All right. Anyway, we come back from that, and we're almost done, guys. We come back to that. We get on another farm field that we didn't know what we were going to expect, and it turns out it was maybe the best farm field we've been on all year. That we lovingly call, or I do, the flowing hair field. Again, probably close to 20 coppers from this field, 3 reals from this field, a bunch of really cool buttons and tokens, of course, the flowing hair. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of these photos. Giant dandy button, that I found. Rich with one of his 2 reals. That 1 real was gorgeous, Rich.
Yeah.
One of the best conditioned ones I'd ever seen. Doug and Charlie. I think Charlie's got a 2-cent piece. I forget what Doug's got in his hand. It was incredible.
Weedy.
I hope it wasn't a weedy. Skeleton key. I noticed that Matt does, Doug, now that I'm looking at this picture.
Smiles. He smiles.
No, listen. Every time I get a picture of Matt, whether he's in the front, in the back, anywhere, if you go back and look at the other pictures I've had him in the show, his eyes are always closed. Always, 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 always. I can count down. Matt, get ready. 3, 2. I say 1. He closes his eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but every time Matt's in a picture, the guy's eyes are closed. But you know what? I'm just using it because I can't wait. But Matt and Doug, skeleton key.
Yeah, it was a nice one.
Yeah. Jessica's husband, Gray, joined us one day. Gray never metal detects. He came out just to hang out for the day. Awesome dude. Found his first coin ever, an Indian penny. Not quite the jumpstart Lynn had, but still, first day ever. Got something really cool. Rich and Jessica each got gigantic brass cow tag. And then me with the 3rd real from this field, a 2 real. I thinking, oh, well, this has got to be the best real of the year I'm going to get. It's like December. It's a 2 real. Nope, I was wrong. And then of course, Matt, with what I said was the coin find of the year, number one, the flowing hair, large scent, incredibly rare, maybe 40,000 made. It was amazing. The whole thing was spectacular. Super duper rare coin.
That was amazing to me. We were all detecting together because we found like a hot spot in the field.
Yes.
He walks back across the field to go to his car to get a drink for Doug. For
Doug, yeah. Doug asked him to go back to Doug's car and gets a drink. When Matt's there, Doug abuses him. Matt's got to dig Doug's holes. Matt's got to go back and get Doug. He's like Matt's. What do you call that guy? A bellhop. He's like Doug's bellhop.
Servant. He's
like a servant.
Yeah.
Every time I look over,
he calls me Bawana.
Yeah, I mean, Matt digs half Doug's holes. So good for Matt. The Doug said, Matt, can you go back to my car and get me a bottle of water? And on the walk back, Matt gets the flowing hair.
I knew he would. So, hey.
And he gets that flowing hair on the way back. He's swinging his, and then, he took a picture. We're all excited for Matt. And we detected that area where he found, and there was nothing else at all in that part of the field. Nothing whatsoever.
Nope, that was it. That was the only find.
Amazing.
Yep, he got the one and only find in that immediate area. But what a monster that is. So
yeah, kudos
to Matt. And Matt's a super nice guy. Matt's the easiest guy to get along with. I can be a pain in the butt sometimes, call guys over for pictures or to look at this or can everyone come over for this? Matt never, ever complains. Ever.
Nope.
So really nice guy.
I've known Matt since he was just out of high school. And we used to fish together every weekend. And he now is one of our friends in metal detecting. And he's a great detectorist too. I put him right there with Rich.
Yeah, Matt always finds more than his share.
Yeah, those two are speed demons. And
yeah. Well, that's why one of the criteria is now, Matt, if you're coming, you got to stay within a reasonable distance of the guy with the camera.
Yeah.
And he does. He's good.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Matt's flowing hair. We're almost done, guys. I promise. It was a whole year.
I want to give a little plug to Gray since you had Gray's picture and.
Okay, I'm not going to go back, but go ahead, give him a plug.
Well, you don't have to put his picture up, but
okay.
Both Jess and Gray. Gray is a professional bass, BASS fisherman, and they're doing a show in Oaks, PA, starting tomorrow.
Who's doing a show? What do you mean they're doing a show?
Well, they're in a fishing show. They're one
like
of
like a television show?
Oh, no. It's a convention, and it's one of the biggest in the East. And if you want to meet them, I can't recall what Jess told me who the sponsor but they'll both be in that.
Deca Batteries. Deca Batteries.
That's it.
Where's the show? Do you know, Doug? State?
Pennsylvania Convention Center in Oaks, PA, which is just west of King of Prussia and on Route 422.
All right. So and Gray
area, go stop by and say hi.
All right. So if you're in the fishing, there's a big fishing convention, Oaks, PA, this weekend. Yes. Gray and Jess will be there.
Yes.
Gray and Jess will be there. So if you want to, just like Lynn's Antique Shows, if you're in the area, you like fishing, go show them some support. And if you get in a picture with Jess and Gray, send it to me and I'll put it in the show.
Good.
Thank you, Doug.
Yep.
All right, last two spots. This was a great spot. Super nice property owner. Although this was the Rich show.
Absolutely.
This video was not long ago. Yeah, you guys probably remember it. The video is not that old. We all found something, except for Charlie.
It was unbelievable.
Charlie almost lost his equipment.
Yeah, this is the spot where Charlie was so frustrated he left all his gear there.
Everything behind.
But Rich was just...
He was on fire.
Yeah, it was crazy.
On fire.
So all the pictures that I'm going to show are all Rich's finds. All sorts of silver. I think he had 7 or 8 silvers on the day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's 2 silver quarters, silver Franklin half. He had a couple of large cents, I think 3 of them. There's another one he had there. And of course, the one that made the show, the best of, that braided hair half cent with a rotated die, along with like the rare hunting tokens and all sorts of stuff. And, even though I found 1 or 2 things and Lynn did and Doug did, it was the Rich show. Rich was just, he couldn't miss that day.
And the marble hole.
Oh yeah. The marble spill where he had 3 coins and 4, was it 4 marbles, Rich?
4 marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, now you guys may have seen that. Let me slow this down a little bit. You guys may have seen that, Lynn had that find an hour and a half ago, and you haven't seen much of Lynn yet. That's what she said. She kind of had a downhill after that incredible start. But at the end of the year, Lynn comes back and redeems herself because the last field that we hit in 2025, which is this old museum field, huge fields we were invited to from a new friend of ours, Mike. Geez, I forgot his name. Mike? Rich?
Yes,
Mike.
yes, Mike.
I'm sorry, Mike. I thought it was. We did these fields, and granted, we had a good day. A lot of buttons. There were some good coins, some large cents. But Lindiana Jones stole day 1 with her first ever, first Spanish silver real, a half real, as I recall, right, Lynn?
Right. Yep.
1742, hold at the top. And, what we were doing with this place is we were donating a lot of our finds to the museum. And what a bucket lister this is for Lynn. But Lynn never batted an eye. And as much as she loved it, we took our photos, we donated it. Happy with the memory, happy with the photos. But I got to have Rich tell the story, Rich, of after the fact, if you don't mind telling it, what you were able to accomplish on behalf of your mom.
I was able to go back and talk to them afterwards and get that half real back for my mom for Christmas.
Yeah. So Lynn, I mean, listen, a lot of people when you go to a spot like that and you tell them I'm going to donate what I find to your museum, it's incredibly tempting to find something and not give it to the museum. Now, I'm not advocating for that. And I like to say we always do, but it's hard. And when you find a bucket lister, granted, it doesn't have a lot of monetary value, but it's a bucket lister for Lynn. So for her to give it up thoughtlessly, without even thinking about it, is a testament to Lynn and everyone in our group. And I'm proud of that. But Lynn was able to go back and say, or I'm sorry, Rich was able to go back and say, look, you don't have to, but we found an awful lot of good stuff. Would you mind if my mom had that? It would really mean a lot to her. And they were nice enough to give it to her. So I'm really happy that Lynn left the field that day without that coin, thinking she'd never see it again. But Rich was able to make it happen where now it's in her collection. So I thought that was a super cool story. Yeah. Rich, I'm proud you went back. Lynn, where is that coin today at this moment? Do you know where it is?
It's about 8 feet from me right
okay.
now. And I was just so touched by that whole thing. I mean, I was proud to find it and to own it for a couple of hours. I never thought I would see it again.
Yep.
So that was really so special.
It was. I was happy that I was proud of Rich even to go back and put it in. I was happy that they agreed to. We did donate an awful lot of really good stuff to them. So I figured, well, they wouldn't miss one thing because it did mean.
Think Rich made another donation too to get that back.
Yeah, I mean, look, you do what you got to do. They were very gracious about everything. So I'm sure Rich had to give something up in return, but it was nice of them to do it. And then we went back one last time, the last hunt of 2025, which I didn't think I was going to get the video out. I thought it would be the first video of 2026, but as it worked out, I did. And of course, some of the best finds, my best find of the whole year, the cut 8 real, which was an amazing coin. I got enough of the date on there. I think it was 1792, Doug.
Yes.
I forget. 1792. Scored, and then Mike, our host, not even 20 minutes later, doesn't even let me have the best coin of the day because Mike bangs out a monster right next to me with that cap bust quarter from 1819 in beautiful shape. As cool as the cut 8 real was, Doug, I would have much rather have dug the cap bust quarter.
I think I would have too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful to dig anything, but that cap bust quarter was just absolutely terrific. But to find both of them the same day, look at that one too, punch in the hand there, Doug.
And people are still asking, is that the other half of the cut 8 real that Mike had found previous? And we still don't know.
No, we know it was not.
Okay. So there might be 2 more cut 8 reals out there.
Yeah, in the video, I would have loved to have gone inside and put it next to the Mike's been hunting the grass around that museum for several months, and he found a cut 8 real in the grass. So when he invited us, he said, "Hey guys, would you like to come do the fields with me? They've never been done." So when I found mine, I wanted to go inside and put it next to that one to see if it matched, but the museum was closed that day.
Right.
And it's kind of far from me, so I never got a chance to go back. But Mike went back later and looked at them and said, "No, it's not the same one." So then I was like, "Oh well, then Mike, there could be 2 more cut 8 reals. Let's get back on there." So that reminds me, someone's got to call Mike, Doug.
Yeah,
so we can get back over.
Rich is our go-to guy on this one.
All right, make that happen, Rich. Yep. But listen, I tried to abridge it. Still went on 2 hours. But that's kind of a generic year-end wrap-up, Doug, of just some of the incredible finds. What was your most memorable find or moment of 2025, Doug?
Oh, geez.
I'll come back to you. Rich, anyone? How about Lynn? I'll start with Lynn because Lynn had a couple of real special ones. Out of yours, what was your most special find?
And don't say that flying eagle.
I have forgotten all about that. You're going to be surprised, really. I mean, I love all the coins that I found, but the one I think that probably meant the most to me was the first copper that I found. I wanted to find a copper so bad, and it was at Charlie's family farm. And, finding that first copper for some reason was really special.
Yeah, it was. You know what I'll do, Lynn? I'm going to repost that picture on Facebook tomorrow. I have that shot. I'm going to repost it again if that was your most special one.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the others are special. The few, 4 or 5 other really special ones, they all mean a lot and everything. But I don't know. It's just something about finding a copper. I felt like I really, kind of had made it a little bit as far as.
You know what, Lynn?
Let me turn off this banner. I forgot I still have the Enter Nocta banner, so people are probably really confused. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Charlie.
Well, what I remember about that day, we found an area there at the farm that we spent most of the day at. It was just about maybe half an acre. And Lynn found that coin towards the end of the day away from where we were.
Yeah, we were walking back to the cars at the end of the day.
Basically, we're walking back to the car.
Yeah, it was up on the top of a hill. It was the best. It was in great condition.
Yeah.
I think it was an 1808 or 09 classic head.
Yeah.
It was a fabulous coin. Yeah, one of the two, I forget. But that was a great coin. I remember taking a really good photo of you with it, with like the blurry background with the old brick home in the background. I'm going to put it up tomorrow as an homage to your specialist moment of the year.
Aw. Well, I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to find this stuff and to, have the good times that we have every week.
Well, Lynn bakes something every single week, cookies, cakes, pies, something every week. And even though I tell her, Lynn, you don't.
Free.
What, Doug?
Nothing sugar-free.
No, sugar-free stuff sucks, Doug. But every week she does. And that's not why she gets invited, but no one's complaining. No one's complaining. Let me go to Rich. Rich, what was your most special find or moment of 2025?
Well, the moment of finding two reals in one day is you don't really think about that happening, and then you get on a good spot, and it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often where one guy finds 2 reals in the same day. I can count that how many times it's happened on 2 fingers, I think, Doug. So that is pretty cool. So that goes down for you, that your 2 real day?
I think so.
That's fair. I can't argue with that.
I also found a good arrowhead, I think, where my mom found her first copper, but the video was ruined, I believe.
Yeah, that was right before I discovered the greatest microphone for mobile recording. If no one I'm going to give them a plug, even though I paid full price for it, Rich. The Rode Wireless Pro. It's a 2 mic set. Now it costs about $350, but incredible mics. I could be in Hurricane Katrina and you wouldn't know it, Rich. So if you're a YouTuber out there and wind noise bugs you like it bugs me, and I can't tell you how many clips I've had to cut out of videos over the years because of wind. Every one of us has lost clips. I haven't lost a single clip since I got these microphones, Doug. So shout out to Rode and their Wireless Pro mics. But yeah, I do remember the Indian, and it did not make the show. Let me go to I'll go to Charlie. Charlie, what was your most memorable find and or moment of 2025?
It's kind of really, those 2 reals that Rich found that day. It didn't take him long to find the second one, which is kind of cool. We were so excited when he found that I think it was the half real first or whatever, but the second one, it didn't take you long to find the second one. And then you said, there got to be another one here. Got to be another one at this permission. And by darn, and you found one the following week later,
Yeah.
a 2 real.
Yeah. Just sometimes you get a feeling because the way they were both of Rich's were holed. They were holed with the same diameter hole. It looked like there must have been a string. So I always try to think there's more. There's even more.
Well, I'm wondering, was yours hold? Your 2 real, was that hold?
It was not. It was not hold.
Not hold. Yeah. That same feel. I found a 2-cent piece, which is very rare for me to find 2-cent. I think it's the third one I've ever found. But to be honest with you, the best one is that Liberty cap that you showed tonight. That one that it was a very unique one that it's a 1794, but has the early head on it from 1793, which is kind of a rare coin.
Yeah, I think I reposted that around Christmas too. I was posting pictures, getting people ready for the year wrap up. And that was a phenomenal one. I mean, we found a lot of Liberty caps over the years.
Right.
So when someone finds one, of course you're going to film it. It's still really special, but we find a lot of them. But little did I know just how special yours was until after the video came out that a much better coin expert than any of us clued me in. And then when I went down that rabbit hole and researched it, they were right, where yours is a really, really rare version that I didn't even know existed. So awesome.
Yep.
Doug, I'll give you the last word. Well, I'll have the last word, I guess.
Yeah, you have the last word.
I just said that.
Yeah.
What was your most specialist coin find and or moment? Can I finish?
Yeah, I heard the question before.
I know.
I know what you're going to ask.
Well, I know your brain is small.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Go ahead, Doug. Now you may answer, my friend.
Okay. Even though I love finding silver, I think my most favorite find coin this year was the Roman coin because it was totally unexpected.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of people have poo-pooed it, but it's very feasible when you think about who originally inhabited Bucks County. Mostly were Quakers. Quakers were thrown out of England back in colonial times. It could have very well been brought by the Quakers who came from England because there's Roman coins found there all the time and lost it over here. Or perhaps it was a military person from World War II who found it in Italy during the war and brought it over and lost it in the field. So, I mean, if there was a horde of them, that would have been very strange. But the way Charlie found his and the way I found mine were totally realistic. So, but I thought it was probably the coolest coin I found all year.
Yeah, that was unique. And that was the first day we were at that field. And I thought, I knew you were going to ask the property owner, who we didn't really know that well at the time. Now we know her really well.
Yes.
But at the time we didn't. And I knew you wanted it, and I knew you were going to ask her. And I thought, oh, she's going to think this thing's worth like $1 million. I mean, that coin is probably worth $5.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any value. No. But a property owner doesn't know that. They see a coin that's 2,000 years old, and you're going to go ask her. I thought, oh, this isn't going to go well. Doug's going to be heartbroken. And to Cheryl's credit, without even knowing us on day one, was gracious enough to let you have it. And just shows, how she saw how much it meant to you. So that was really good. And like I said, now we've become very good friends with them. Doug practically has a guest house in her backyard. So it really worked out.
I was there today.
I know you're there every day.
No,
I know.
Don't.
Well, that's good. I'm going to have the last word, Doug, on my favorite moment of the year, which is a find that I didn't even find. But if I had to choose one, it would be Lynn's gold ring and all of the hoopla that came from it. Because it just was so magical to be there, to see the smiles, to see this woman who lost this ring so long ago that we weren't even born yet. And to be able to put it back on her. I know you were born, but I'm saying a lot of people weren't born.
Charlie was.
I just thought the whole thing was so special. The family was just so grateful. And it just felt so good to be there and be a small part of it. I didn't even find it, but I was still a part of it. That was just, that really touched something in my heart. That was my favorite find of the whole year.
Everything fell into place so nicely with that too. It just everything just, and you and Doug and, getting the TV station out.
Well, we wanted to listen, we found gold rings in the past and we talked about this and we've always envisioned this. Doug and I try when we find gold rings, like Doug went to the school, we talked to the principal, we get the guy's thing, we're sending out email. The guy didn't even want it, or we'll find one and we try to track him down and there's just not enough information on the ring and it's a dead end. And, I've been thinking about this for years, Lynn. So for it to work out where the ring comes out, the school name's there, the initials are there, the year's there, it's found at the property of her, like her brother, 70 years, like everything fell into, and she's still alive.
Yes.
I mean, she lost it 65 years ago. There's a fair chance that person's not with us anymore, but she was still alive. Yeah. It just, the whole thing was, I couldn't have written a better story.
Better script. Yeah.
The whole family, so gracious. I mean, like I told you, when we go to these places, we're strangers and we're like really invading them. I feel sometimes we're like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you take this picture? Can you stand there to this stranger? And with this family, can you get the whole family together? We're going to film a whole video. Look, would you mind if the news calls? Would we do a thing? Like we really asked a lot of them and they were such good sports. They did the whole journey with us. And they wanted to make that memory for their mother, grandmother, whatever she was.
Sister, yeah.
Sister. Yeah. So they helped facilitate everything. So yeah, I just thought the whole story was great. So
thank you.
That was my favorite memory of the whole year. It's gonna be a tough one to beat, Doug. Yep. For me.
I agree.
So there we go, Doug. I'm going to try to wrap this thing up. Everybody in the chat, if you have any questions, I'll give it like 3 minutes. I've kind of avoided the chat trying to get through the show. I do apologize. If you saw the ring video, thank you. I mean, it just, there's not many times I do a whole video surface around just one find, but that one meant a lot to me.
And that actually took several months to put together because when we found it was in the spring and they couldn't come up, even though Nokta had offered to fly them up.
Yeah, I called Mark the next day, and I said, Mark, the news got a hold of this. I said, if it would Nokta be willing to pick up the tab if we can fly this woman up here to give this ring back? And Mark was so gracious. He said, yeah, let me know. Get me a price. But because she's a little older, had some health issues, it just wasn't able to happen. We had to wait until family could be there, put her, the whole deal. But Nokta was ready to open up the pocketbooks.
Yeah.
For me to make a super cool video. Yeah. So, again, kudos to Mark. They always, whenever I ask anything of them, they always are willing to help out. So I consider them really good friends. So yeah, there we go, Dad. That's my sad sap story, Doug.
Yeah, Sweepers Keepers wants to know if we have any plans for events in 2026.
Well, maybe. I know I was just talking to Robert Thiessen yesterday. We're going to go to the Come Out Swingin', which is, I don't remember the dates. Charlie, do you remember the dates?
Beginning
It's
of April?
it's the second. I believe it's the second weekend in April.
Okay. I'm going to have more, soon. I'm going to do more official. We'll have dates up. I'll have them come on.
It's the weekend after Easter.
Yeah, that one we're definitely going to.
Yeah.
And only because that one's so close, we can drive to it. Right. It's the ones we have to fly to logistically that can be difficult. Right. I know we're going to Digstock in March. Again,
first weekend
in March.
Yeah. Again, I can drive to that, which is why I'm going to try to go to the Missouri hunt. I love my Missouri friends. They Come Out Swinging, which I think this will be 3. But that one becomes a little trickier. We have to fly. There's hotels. There's rental cars. I'm going to try. I'm hoping so.
That's the Missouri Show Me.
Yeah, the Show Me 3.
Yep.
So we're going to try to go to that. I talked to Brian yesterday, who's trying to put together a new what does he call his hunt up in New England, Doug?
The Bone. Is that called the Bone?
No. I've never been to the I was going to say the Bone. I don't want to say the Bone. I've never been to Bone. Brian's is called Dirt Fishing Adventures.
Dirt Fishing Adventure. Brian Maloney.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get to one of them. There's 5 Mile Relic Hunter. You better go to Show Me. Listen, I'm trying. Show Me. I love my Missouri friends. Love. They treat us like absolute gold.
Yeah.
It's just it's so far it becomes really tricky, and I got to lean on Nokta to open up the pocketbook to pay for us to go fly, hotel. It's a big expense. It's not cheap, and the airlines today. You could fly somewhere. They cancel flights last minute. You hear horror stories. You're stuck in airports for days. It's just challenging.
Jason, it's only a 15-hour drive from here.
Is it? Is that all it is? Is 15 hours?
Yeah. Because I actually go out there and deer hunt.
Oh, all right. Well,
it's 15 hours. Come on.
To Missouri? No, it's got to be farther than that.
No, he's right.
Really? That's all? 15 hours?
Yeah.
All right, come pick me up, Doug.
Yeah. I actually will be in Ohio that weekend. So
the weekend of so you are not even going to Missouri if I go.
No, I have a family wedding.
Well then if I'm able to go, I'll have to bring someone else with me.
Okay.
I'll bring someone else. So yeah, we're gonna there's Nokta Mark. Jason, you're driving, bud. Listen, we're gonna work on it. We're gonna listen.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to strong arm. I'm not trying to strong arm Mark. I love him like a brother.
He'll give you a tank of gas.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is, look, when that Legend 2 comes out, Nokta's going to expect, or they're gonna want some things from me. So maybe we'll work out a deal. We'll see. I'm gonna try. I just can't promise, but I'm hoping so. We will see. Mitch and Renita. Yes, thank you, Teresa. Yep. They run the Show Me Hunt. They're wonderful, wonderful people. And if you go, you're going to have an absolutely great time. I mean, from day one, everyone's treated like family. What a good group and a lot of events are like that. I'm not trying to, insinuate other events are not. There's just such a warm feeling when you go to that Missouri hunt.
That's the Midwest feeling. They're very family oriented.
Yeah, I mean, most people have a real hard time stomaching Doug, but they took him right in. I mean,
The Cashes, yeah, they great folks.
Yes. But listen, I'm gonna wind it up, Doug. I'm tired. My throat's starting to get sore.
Yeah.
A few more shout outs. Again, I want to thank the moderators, Teresa, the treasure hunter, Metal Detectorist, our newest moderator, Alicia Hot Mess Fishing, who I met Alicia at the Missouri Hunt. Talk about friends, Doug.
2 years ago.
That's where I met Alicia. Yeah. So thank you guys for moderating and for moderating all of 2025, Doug. I don't, have a ton of moderators. They're always here. I really appreciate everything they do. So thank you guys. And I'll try to get more information on Teresa's show so I can put some links up, to advertise her new England show. I got to get more information on it. So otherwise, Doug, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm tired and my throat is sore.
Yeah.
So from all of us, me, Doug, Lynn, Charlie, Rich, again, Mark and Nokta for the generous giveaways tonight. To everybody who hung out with us all night long, all yous. Oh, and one more mention real quick. Alicia was featured in American Digger magazine, which I didn't even see the newest one yet. I think there was like some sort of an article on her. So if you don't get the magazine, go check that out.
And they mentioned me?
No, nothing to do with you, Doug. Why is it always revolving on you?
She said they mentioned me.
No, it was an article about. No, she's saying Doug, comma. Oh, they mentioned you? Wait, Alicia, they mentioned Doug? Wait, now I need some clarification. Hold on. Did American? She said they did. Wait a minute. That's.
What do you think? You're the only big name in this group?
No, I'm just wondering, like, if the article was about Alicia, how does Dog Tag Doug factor into that article? I have to read it. I'm gonna have to read it.
I have to read it.
I'm gonna have to read it. No, I mean, I'm proud that you're in there, Doug. Look at that. She said they mentioned Dog Tag Doug in the article.
Wow.
I'm just surprised because I'm trying to think like the jump from Alicia to Doug.
Does Doug have any idea what it's about?
None.
Doug didn't know till 2 seconds.
That could be scary.
Metal Detector said it's on page 66, Doug.
Okay.
If they're going to put Doug in a magazine, it's on the page of the devil.
666.
Oh, geez.
I didn't know about it till right now. I'm going to have to.
When do I get my residual check?
Oh, it's a clip from her on the Show Me video I made. Did you appear in her Show Me video, Doug?
I don't.
I'm trying to figure out how you got inserted into her article.
I think when we were out at the Show Me 2 years ago, and when we first met Alicia, we all did a picture together. So that could
66, not 67. I was at like a 6'7". I think it's one of those things.
6'7".
Yeah. I don't know how I didn't know what that was. Okay. I got kids. I don't know what they do, but I know it exists.
I don't. My grandsons.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Bree also has children that do the 6'7". Yeah, my son does it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go check out American Digger magazine, see the article on Alicia, and apparently you'll read about something about Doug. So. All right, but we're going to get out of here, Doug. Hey, everybody, thank you all for coming. Thanks for watching. We will see you Tuesday. Brand new first video of 2026. Should be a lot of fun. And we'll be back next Thursday for the first live show with a guest. I think we have a guest next. I think it's a TV person too, Doug. Should be a lot of fun. I forget their name offhand. We'll figure it out. It's been a rough week. But hey, thank you all for watching, everybody. Happy hunting. And Doug, we will see him on the next one.
I hope so.
Good night.
Later.
Good night.
You know?